Okay.
Y'all sexy.
Unscramble your mind. Unscramble your mind. Unscramble your mind. Unscramble your mind. Stop wasting time. Unscramble your mind. Stop wasting time. Unscramble your mind. Stop wasting time. Unscramble your mind.
Peace and love, everyone. Thank y'all for coming in. I see Chris is already in the chat. We are going to go over the copyright first and talk, but then we're definitely going to open up for you to come up, Chris. So, and peace, everyone. I'm Dulcinea.
I'm Sister Freedom.
Shemin Hotep. I'm Sister Sakina Ra.
Peace and blessings to everyone. I'm Gemini the Guidance.
And welcome. I'm Nisha.
And we are hoping that our sister Dots come in tonight. Hopefully she will. I'm actually glad to be back myself. So how are we going to start this tonight? Should be a very interesting conversation.
Yes, it is. And I guess we can go over more of the drama part after we go over like the education part, and then we'll go from there. Just catching everybody up.
Give us what are we talking about?
Oh, okay. Well, and Chris is in the chat. I'm not involving myself in nothing. So this is just for us to have an educational conversation. So, but what's happening right now is Dan Calloway is very upset because he's heard rumors or different things that have seemed to be, it seems like people are saying that they are doing this, but he heard that his book is being scanned and handed out to people on YouTube or throughout the other community to go against him. So he wants to know, who is purchasing his actual book, and he's saying if they're not purchasing his book, then they're going to come up against copyright infringement laws.
Why? Let me ask a question. Why would anybody tell him that they got the book? Like he said, he's hearing it from who?
Well, that's what I would think. I would like if it was me. I would never come online saying I'm copying it or I'm giving out copies. I'm gonna just say like I got the book. But there's a couple of channels. There's a couple of channels that have confirmed that they're scanning it, and they say they don't feel like they need to pay for it, and that they will give it out for free.
Yeah, because it's a tacky book. I've heard some of it, read some of it. It's a tacky little book. Should be free with a purchase.
Oh.
Should get the book? Oh, like perfume or something. I don't know. If I can get a handbag, if they're giving out extra stuff, I would like the pocketbook.
But the question is, though, even if something is tacky or if you don't like it, what is copyright infringement? Can you get sued over a tacky book?
Well, not this tacky book. No.
As a
the judge ain't gonna read it to be like, oh, this shouldn't have been this. It's either gonna be the law is against you doing this, or the law is not against you doing it. I doubt any judge is gonna read that book.
Well, let's see what you got here. Let's see what you got as a definition. We can go from there.
Right.
Let's go ahead and take a look.
Spent valuable time creating a
Tell me if you
masterpiece,
can
but
hear
when you
it.
publish it on the internet, it goes viral and gets ripped off by people who don't respect your hard work. You feel violated and have no choice but to take legal action against the infringers. The digital age has brought new challenges for creators. Unless you use the right tools, an entire world of ideas can be accessed by anybody at any time. And when someone is stealing content from you, you might as well fight back. This video explores everything from copyright infringement to fair use in detail so you understand what's happening around you and how to protect yourself. So let's dig deep into it. But before that, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And this is fair
According to
use,
the US
guys.
Copyright Office, it is illegal to reproduce, distribute, perform, publicly display, or create from a copyrighted work without the owner's consent. Original work of the creator, including written text, music, images, films, software programs, and others, are protected by copyrights. Copyright law automatically protects your work when you, as a creator, publish it in any tangible form. Thanks to this protection, you are granted the exclusive right to publish, market, modify, and reproduce your original work. If someone uses your creative work in any way that is listed above without your consent, they may infringe on your copyright. Section 51 of the Copyright Act states, a copyright holder may only perform any activity that requires the copyright owner's prior consent. The import of infringed copies of any original work. Copying the original work without the permission of the owner. To communicate, sell, distribute, or display the infringed work unless the individual knows or has reason to suspect that such consent would constitute copyright infringement. Examples of copyright infringement are illegal downloading of music files, upload copyrighted material by another person to a publicly accessible website, downloading unapproved software from a prohibited website, copying and modifying another person's creative work without making substantial changes, a movie captured in a cinema, and distributing TV programs or radio broadcast recordings, etc. How does copyright infringement work? A plaintiff must have proof of ownership of the material before filing a copyright infringement lawsuit, usually provided by the work's copyright resignation. Then, as the copyright owner, they have to show that activities that infringe those rights were taken. Enforcement of copyrights. Legal precedent and case law are the mainstays of American copyright law. Usually, claims filed in civil courts are how enforcement is handled. State copyright laws may exist, although federal law generally takes precedence. Copyright enforcement is more accessible when the claimant registers the copyright soon after creation and all other relevant information is documented, for example, in a licensing agreement. In court, the defendant may suffer willful infringement or a proven motive for profit.
Okay, so let's pause right here. It's about to get into fair use as well, which I think.
And that's
is
section
what's
107. Do they have a section 107, YouTube?
for the fair use.
Mm-hmm. Because
They're
what
gonna
he
break
just
down.
stated
They're going to break
was
down fair
section
use.
50.
Oh yeah. So they're about to break down fair use in a little bit right here on this one as well. But I just want to stop it because we are using it in fair use, so we're just changing it up a little bit and just get y'all opinions of like what you're hearing so far of copyright infringement.
Okay, well, I can read it right here, section 107, since we, don't know which part is which, right, for the fair use,
Okay.
right? So section 107, what is considered fair use? It says the Copyright Act gives examples of purposes that are favored by fair use, which is criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, including multiple copies for classroom use, scholarship, and research.
Ooh.
All of those fall under the fair use.
Right. And I want to say something because it had me thinking, because in school, I remember teachers making copies and stuff. Like if you're going to be studying a chapter, they made copies of it so y'all all could be studying to get the opinion of what it was that y'all were studying. It's about somebody else's work. So
Yeah, I think it's going to say a little bit too in the future coming up. I just wanted us to change it so we don't get struck or anything for using this video. But this video should be fine. But I think it is going to talk about scanning. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. It was like scanning a chapter or excerpt, and in comparison.
Are you still talking? I still wasn't finished.
Oh, sorry.
Regardless to whatever you think, I know what used to happen in school, and Gemini just read that it could be used, and copies can be made for criticism, for teaching, for all kinds of just commenting on it. So I'm trying to figure out. Okay, that's it right there. I'm trying to figure out what was done wrong. I mean, you could be mad because somebody is critiquing or criticizing your work, but we done found out a lot of things just on being online. What we thought was couldn't be done can be done. So
And now, can I say something?
no, because Dulcinea was saying something, so I'm gonna let her go ahead, and then you know what I'm saying, so it won't be unless we're gonna go the way we usually.
Well, I was just saying it's gonna go into the copy thing right now because it says it's different from copying an excerpt from the book or a portion of the book, which I know a lot of teachers do. What they did where they do one chapter or something like that versus the whole book. And I want to say, as far as that fair use, from what I heard of her say, it never said as far as that it was okay to scan and put the book for anything other than a classroom setting. But what were you
But
going to
if
say?
for educational purposes, even if you're online and you're teaching, so we know that most of the people that comes online is teaching. So if you're teaching and critiquing and talking about commenting on it, things of that nature, it is the same thing. It's like being in a that's what we do on that's the name, Unscrambled Minds. So you're teaching somebody something or opening their minds into something that's a form of teaching.
What were you going to say, Sakina?
Okay. What I was gonna say is because it's not used for infringement as benefiting, like trying to make money off of it. That's one thing, and also because they said even if they were using it for infringements with making substantial changes, then there's a difference in the copyright. So if he makes or they make right, that's the sale. So if several changes have been made, then that's not even plagiarism at this time.
Yes, it is. But
it's not. If you go back and listen to it, if you make several substantial changes to a book, this is no longer copywriting somebody's book and selling it because you have made substantial changes.
No, copyright.
No, that's not right. That's not the definition, Sakina.
Exactly.
The actual definition
is correct.
Making substantial changes.
Correct. It's going to go into that.
Exactly. When you make substantial changes to a book, that's no longer plagiarism, and that is no longer in copywriting somebody's book. Therefore, you have made your own book.
No.
All right, then.
Nope. I'm gonna tell you. I'm just gonna get it right here.
Okay, yeah, read that, and then of course Nisha and Dots, if you want to go in, and then I'll definitely get into the next portion of this video after that.
Exactly, because that's where plagiarism falls out of line. When you plagiarize, it's one thing without giving up a source, but when you change it, you are not plagiarizing anymore.
But plagiarism is different from infringement.
Plagiarizing mean you got the information from somebody else. You didn't notate that this is X, Y, Z's information.
Exactly.
You put it in your book. That becomes plagiarizing.
Exactly. But if I change up the words, then I'm not plagiarizing anymore.
Nope. Okay. As the copyright, when you go to the copyright office, it's going to have clear definitions of what everything, what you can do, what you can't, what's allowed, how many words you can use, et cetera, and also the fair usage.
Miss Aboriginal Turtle. So.
Okay. So right here.
Yeah.
So here it is right here, Sakina. It says examples of copyright infringement, right?
Okay,
modifying and reproducing someone else's creative work without making significant changes. So you don't have to make significant changes to be infringing.
You hear what it said? It said
so that's her point.
Without
he didn't make any changes.
I said, so if I make changes to your book, significant changes, now that is no longer your book, it's mine.
Facts.
That's what I said. Significant changes.
But we're not talking about the changes because we're talking about downloading or passing
the book. About not making any changes before handing it out. So
exactly, that's what I was saying. If I make the changes, That's what
Why
I'm.
would
That's what I'm
somebody do that? That would be plagiarizing somebody's information
saying. Oh,
and then
goodness.
put it in a book that they calling their own after you done read somebody's whole book, and then
Okay.
you make a book of your own about their book and using the
Why
same.
are we
That's
arguing about something that y'all trying to go against what I said? This
no,
is
I'm not. It's plate. No, I'm not, Sakina. I said I understand exactly what you're saying.
cool.
But if I did say I understood what you were saying, but I'm also saying if I read a book that you wrote the book, and then I wrote a book using the same information and changing it, and not saying that Sakina actually wrote this particular paragraph or Sakina wrote this whole section that I'm about to go against, then that's now plagiarizing your information that you put in the book.
No, you can say,
Right.
listen to me. You can say Dr. York, and what plagiarizes it. Let me tell you what plagiarizes it. If you take a quotation and say what he said, and you don't quote it and use his name, and you don't quote it right.
I just said that.
If you don't quote it right, this is where
She's
you
saying the difference. She's saying the difference.
No, it don't tell you how to quote it. It actually says it's plagiarism technically after 1,000 words.
A plagiarism carries a fine line. So when either if you don't use his name in his work, or
you change the wording.
No, listen to me. If you change the wording on his work, you are plagiarizing him. If you don't use his name on his work, you are plagiarizing him. Plagiarism has very no. People
wait. Let her explain plagiarism first, and then
this
go
is
after
what I'm
her.
trying to tell you.
Let's
If
go to
you are
Nisha
in a
Dots after
school,
that.
you will get expelled for this. Plagiarism, and to somebody that's going to school, this is serious. If you're using somebody's quotations and you misquote them, you will get expelled. If you are using somebody's stuff and you quoting it and you don't say them, you get expelled. Plagiarism is this deep. So when you, otherwise, if you're giving a summary and you use that person's name summarizing what they said, don't quote it. Give a summary and use their name for their sources. That way you don't get caught up in plagiarism. But if you are quoting something somebody said and you misquote them and then you using their name, you get caught up in plagiarism.
Okay, but that's the difference, right? That's plagiarism, but we're talking about copyright infringement, which does not use any words, which does not use any such word as plagiarism in the definition.
I have to be, wait a minute, Sakina. I have to be able to come back to what you're saying. I'm great.
Freedom. It's the freedom's time, and then Nisha after the dots.
Good. Okay, listen. The practice of taking someone else's work or ideas and passing it off as if it was your own.
That's plagiarism.
That's what I just said was plagiarism. You made a book and you put somebody else's work in it, and you didn't say Sakina wrote this book, and you passed it off like as if you wrote it and you said it because you didn't put who it came from. That is what plagiarism is.
Not quoting the source.
It is
That's
not
right.
you got a word wrong in it. It's that you put
you can't take a whole book.
I am trying my hardest.
You cannot use a book for a plagiarism. You can only use
wait a minute, presenting work or ideas from another source as if it was your own with or without consent of the original author by incorporating God. Okay.
And y'all, let's go because we definitely got to get to Nisha and Dots and then play the rest of it. And it seems like Chris Harris and Dane Calloway want to come.
Well, we don't need to hear the rest of that, though. We don't need to hear the rest of the
video. Yeah, we do because there's more to it. So, Nisha, can you go from here as far and say your points and Dots?
No, I'm good. You could go ahead and play the video. I'm good.
How long is that video, Dulcinea?
It's not. We're just going into the fair use process, and then I'll turn it off so it can talk about the difference of the fair use. Did you have something to say?
Okay. So, as an outsider, you know what I hear? Blah 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 blah. Because, to be quite honest with y'all both are correct, right? And we have just spent a substantial amount of time over some, both of you guys are correct. That's just the fact, right?
Who you saying is correct?
That Sakina is right, that when you change the original work, so if you have a book, for example, and you are responding or you're writing your own book and you make changes to that document, right, and it's substantial changes, that's not plagiarizing and that's not copyright infringement.
I don't know what you talking about right now.
Plagiarizing. Can I continue, please?
Sure.
Thank you. So this is what we'll do. So real quickly, Dulcinea, can you do me a favor and share this right here? It's in the there we go.
So that means you are right along with us, wasting a substantial amount of time talking about the difference between plagiarism and infringement. FYI.
Gotta say.
Yeah, no. Dots has to say what she said first, and then Chris can come in.
But that's what I said. Let's just hear what she has to say. Come on now.
So real quickly, right? What is copyright? Is a type of intellectual property that protects original works of authorship as soon as the author fixes the work in a tangible form of expression, right? In copyright law, there are a lot of different types of work, including blah, 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 blah. Jump to the second paragraph. Okay. Copyright is originality and fixation. Works are original when they are independently created by a human author and have a minimal degree of creativity. Independent creation, simply means that you created yourself. Okay. Without copying. Okay, and then it goes into Supreme Court X, Y, and Z. And the last piece, just for time, that next paragraph, right? Who is a copyright quote owner? Everyone is a copyright owner. Once you create original work and fix it, like taking a photograph, writing a poem or blog, or recording a new song, you are the author and the owner, right? And then continue. So that's what I mean about sounding quite similar and that you're both right. And you're both correct.
I'm not going to agree with you. Because that makes make us talk about two separate types of entities. I was talking about plagiarism. That what I said was plagiarism, and I just read the definition. So what Sakina was talking about, what she said was, if you have somebody's information and you change the information and you don't say that they wrote it or whatever, I don't know. She was trying to say, we can listen back at it. She was trying to say that was plagiarism. That's not plagiarism. That's not what plagiarism is, as far as I'm concerned. From what the definition said and what I can remember what plagiarism is. Plagiarism is not having somebody's information and just changing the word. She said you changing it into your own book then. You're changing to your own book. If you take somebody else's information and then you change the whole thing, now it becomes your book. I told her I understood that.
I didn't say that was plagiarism.
No, you didn't say. Well, what are you saying is plagiarism then? Because you said
if you use a source and you quote a source and you don't use the person's name.
No, you didn't. You said you made a mistake.
I said if you quote somebody's source or misquote the source, and you misquote the source and you name the person's name, you have plagiarized that person because you misquoted what they said. That is a form of plagiarism. You said no, it is not. I said yes, it is. Just like you use a source and you don't use their name, but you use the source and you don't use their name, that's also plagiarism.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Okay, right, so let's come in 1 second, and then I'm gonna share the screen again.
If you said it like that, then I'm wrong. I have no problem in saying that I'm wrong about something. So
I didn't hear it quite that way either. I thought you said something about using words.
She said something else too, but my whole thing is, if I'm wrong, alhamdulillah, all praises due. I don't care. What I'm saying is, it didn't sound like that at first, and now that you're saying it, I got accepted the way you said it. Ain't no problem with that. Exactly. I have no problem with that. It didn't sound like that at first, but you're saying that you're lying on them. All that you said now, I can see how you're saying it. But before, I didn't catch that. But okay.
Now, I think the word infringement was thrown. Infringement only means money, selling it, money.
Okay, so what you had to say, Chris, or who was coming in next?
Dulcinea,
Yeah, I
think,
just
was
wanted.
opening.
Go ahead.
Chris?
No, it's
Oh
on
no,
Chris.
it was Chris. It was Chris, and then I'll share the rest to talk about the fair use part of the copyright
All
infringement.
right. So, yeah, I just want to say this. It never fails when I hear people talk about law and they're really not understanding law, right? This goes for all of us, and maybe we should start learning law, because just arguing over copyrights and plagiarism, Sakina is right. Whenever you write a book and you don't put the quotation marks down and you don't give proper citation, that can lead to you being accused of plagiarism, because it means you're not properly citing some or vetting somebody else's work, which this work is guilty of, by the way. Right? It is grossly guilty of it. Putting it through Plagiarism Finder to let anybody know, it's over 76 instances of plagiarism so far.
What are we talking
That's the last
about
time I
exactly,
checked.
though, Chris?
Excuse me?
What are we talking about? Like
His
are we
book.
talking about a book?
It's
a
Dane
certain book or
Calloway's
person?
book.
And is
Okay.
it
Dane
his
Calloway's
actual
book.
book, or is it something that you've gotten from someone that's disguised as his
So
book?
let's talk about that. And this is what I talk about. Okay, go ahead, guys. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to figure out why you need to tell that.
Oh,
Well,
because,
it's agent.
a scanned thing
go ahead.
it might not be his book. If you have a scanned copy of it, unless you were there when they scanned it, that doesn't make it his book or plagiarism unless you actually have gone through his actual book and can say that his actual book was
I
plagiarized.
have his actual book. I have his
Okay.
actual
That's
Dulcinea.
why it matters.
I have Dulcinea. I have his actual book. It's trash. It's junk. It's horrible. You can't take 400 years of documented history and place it in 4 fucking sentences in chapter 3. It's impossible. And it's disgusting that you would sit here and fight for this junk over my history because you don't believe in it. You don't accept the history, so you're not included. So let me teach you something now, because what you're missing is what you call point of sale. And this is law. So let me read to you point of sale, because Sister Robin and Sister Freedom was trying to explain it. Now, this is called the first sale doctrine, and this is a law in the United States of America. More, you should know this. And it states, the first sale doctrine applies to ebook readers and ebook files. According to this law, once a copyrighted book is sold, the copyright holder loses their distribution rights, and the new owner can then distribute the work. Therefore, if a book is sold in an e-book format, the purchaser can then transfer the file to another person. The doctrine established by a Supreme Court ruling in 1908 and codified in federal law in 1976 permits the purchaser of a copy of a copyrighted work to sell, display, or otherwise dispose of that copy without permission or consideration of the owner's right. Let me explain this to you. If I own a book, I can sell it. I can put it on a garage sale and sell it. Please don't.
Dulcinea.
Let me finish.
Dulcinea.
Yeah, sorry.
It would have been nice if you let me finish.
You were tapped in. It was going, okay. You're good. Okay.
Yeah, I know that, Miss Aboriginal. I was about to get into that next, but just let him finish.
Yeah. Somebody calling themselves an Aboriginal. I would love to crush this tonight. So I can do whatever I want with this book after I own it. I can sell it at a garage sale. I can do whatever I want with it. I own it. What you're talking about copyright infringement is when I take his work, take his name off the work, and place my name on the work. That is infringing upon this young man's copyrighted trash. That is what the infringement is about. And I would not want to put my name on this junk. So if you don't understand law, don't come on here trying to fight for this junk. By the way, Chapter 4 of this book is 2 sentences. Chapter 1 is 4 sentences, in which he tries to combine 200 years of church history and put it in 2 sentences. Chapter 3 of the book is 2 paragraphs in which he tries to take 400 years of the transatlantic slave trade and place it into 2 paragraphs. Clearly plagiarizing somebody else's work, not giving proper citation, and we on here arguing about copyrights over this trash.
Has
Are
anybody
y'all serious?
Thank
read the
you.
book? Has anybody read the book on
Me?
unstamped?
But listen, let me add one more thing to it, right? So when the copyright, so when it asks, what is the difference between copyright infringement and fair use? Infringement is unauthorized use of a copyrighted work that encroaches on one or more of the exclusive rights reserved for the copyright holder. Fair use describes the kind of unauthorized use that, despite the encroaching on a copyright holder's right, is not viewed as infringement under the law. So critiquing and criticism of this book, passing along to teach it and criticize it, is fair use all day long. That is copyright law. That's from the Copyright Office and Copyright Law. So it really doesn't
Got
matter
more
if
people
it's an
crying
ebook
over this book
or not.
than
This
reading
book,
the
he's
history
saying
in it.
it's trash.
No, he definitely has every right to say that he's trash, but what he missed out on, which was the purpose of it. If this book was an ebook, yes. If this book was put into a public license, yes. If this book was uploaded as well to any Google Books, any kind of online distribution, then yes. But this book isn't sold as an ebook. This book is only sold as a book. So now we are going back into the possibility of this being copyright infringement. So I'm going to go back to the other video now and start playing it for a book.
Well, yep. Hopefully it talks about the
And
permission
wrong.
and
She's
the-
hold on. She's wrong again.
Wait,
Hold on. She's wrong again because you can buy it on
We're
Kindle.
gonna go back.
You can buy it
to
on
the video.
Kindle. Hold on. Don't ignore me. You can
Go
buy
back
it on
to the-
Kindle.
Okay, we can go into that.
It did say
afterwards.
Kindle. Nope, it did say Kindle. I saw it.
You can buy it on Kindle. You're done. No argument now. You can buy it on Kindle. That is an ebook format. You're done.
All
You're
right.
finished.
So, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and finish.
You tried to lie to your own audience like a true Moor and Aboriginal. You tried to lie, Dulcinea. You just
Whatever,
died.
Chris, you're gonna have to listen to the video, and then we can go back into it after that.
What's your problem, sir?
His problem is that he might get sued.
Thank you,
I
Nisha.
understand
I was
his
confused.
problem, but we still are doing this for
There's a lot of things in place that would have to happen
Hold
before
up.
you can sue somebody.
Hold-
Lots of
oh,
things.
ladies.
Is here. Oh my
Ladies.
God. Is that Dane Calloway?
Yeah, what happened?
Accidentally put him there.
Hold
How
up.
can he get sued if
Well-
he owns a
Ladies.
hello,
Ladies.
please, hello.
Hold up, y'all. Hold up a second, y'all. I'm glad that y'all got this guy on the panel.
Wait a minute, Dustin,
Okay.
turn the thing off.
Let me.
That's on
You
the-
can't hear me. You can't hear me.
Yeah, sorry, we can hear you.
I'm glad you got this guy on the panel. Okay.
His name is
Because
Chris.
number one, my book was never an ebook. Never. It's
Okay.
not on Kindle. That's number two. Number three, this conversation is being recorded for quality. So go ahead and say it's an ebook again.
Oh, I saw it on Kindle. I'm sorry.
It's not on Kindle.
Okay, so maybe another book that you have is on Kindle?
Not this one.
Oh, okay.
Okay, not this one. Okay, but we're still but we still can critique and criticize this book.
That's fine.
It's under the fair use. So we're
That's
not sitting
fine.
here-
But the problem
Right.
is, sis, here's the problem. The problem is what they're displaying. They're displaying a digitized copy of my book that I did not authorize at all.
Yeah, wait a minute, Dane. Who is they?
It's multiple people doing that. He's one of them.
No.
And they have a PDF. I got the evidence of them doing this. And
But
so
you
does
have
my attorneys,
evidence
by the
Chris
way.
doing it because you don't want to blame somebody for something they didn't do.
No, they did it. I got the video evidence.
But
They did do it.
Chris can speak for himself, Freedom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, let him.
They
let him
did
go
do it.
with
I
that.
have the-
Speak
Yeah.
for
I have-
himself.
Yeah,
I have
Chris
the
has been online saying it. So just to let you know.
Okay,
I
so
have
here it is. I have your book. Hold on. Let me talk for
Hold
myself.
on 1 second.
Let me talk
Hold
for
on 1
your.
second.
Let me talk for myself.
There was no digital version of my book ever made. My attorneys are fully aware of which book they're referring to, when it was copyrighted, my copyright registration number,
Cap.
my registration
Cap.
through the copyright law office. Hold up a second.
He's all cap.
I already
He's
have
all
this
cap.
already.
Chris,
And I'm glad that he's on here because I want him to state that he has a digital copy of my book right now. Because I bet you he won't be able to cut his camera on and show you that he has a physical copy of my book, right? Because that's
Okay, 'cause
copyright
can I talk
infringement.
now?
I did not give
no,
you
it's not.
permission
Can I
to
talk?
have a digital copy of
Can
my
I talk
physical
now?
book.
He's just gonna talk to me all day.
Show
Watch
me
this.
that you have my book.
Well, Dane, you gotta let
Okay.
him talk too.
Okay, show me that
Okay.
you got my book.
Okay, so first of all, I'm at work, so you're right. I can't show you that I have a actual
you
copy
at
of
work.
your book.
Work. He is
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, two. Once again, your book is guilty of something I don't even think you know what you're realize of. It's called false
Allegedly.
advertisement. No, your book is
Allegedly.
guilty of false advertising.
Allegedly.
It's guilty of it. Hey, go get your
Allegedly.
lawyer. Hold on, get your lawyer
I have
like you threaten
lawyers.
everybody all the
Lawyers.
time. Sure you do.
I have a
What
legal
else?
team.
Hey, yo, sure
They
you
already
do.
on this,
Sure
so
you do. Hey,
all
sure
right.
you do. You got
All right.
guess what? You got
Dane,
10 days. You got
Guess
10 days to provide all that evidence to YouTube because YouTube is putting my video back up because under the Fair Usage Act, I was well within my rights to read your book.
Okay,
Your
you got-
book is trash.
Don't worry about
You
it. Oh, well.
lied in your book.
Hey, you can
Your
call it
book
whatever
is
you want,
trash.
but you better be working for me when you at work right now.
Look
That
at him.
money
Y'all see
coming
these
to me.
threats? This guy
That's a
been threatening
promise.
everybody since you
That's
not
a
gonna
promise.
do nothing. Okay, good. Do it.
Say
Be my
less.
guest.
Keep in mind this is
Okay.
being recorded for quality. I'm
Being
going to
recorded.
use all of this.
Can we move
Please,
along?
go ahead.
Don't forget this.
Dulcinea,
No,
let's get some understanding, Dad.
Yeah, after
This is what we're
after
all here to
they're-
talk
after they're
about.
I
done,
appreciate
And
that,
you're
y'all.
on
Yeah,
here
no
to talk about this
problem. If y'all
specifically.
are ready, I can go ahead and play the rest of it that says fair use as far as from that. But yeah, it's definitely
Who,
a thing as far as that we got.
Hey, why did you play? Hey,
Who-
why did you
who's the-
plagiarize
Really
everybody
quick,
else's work in your book, Dane?
who's the owner of this channel?
Sister
We all-
Freedom on top, but we all share as far as
Sister
the
Freedom.
one
Which
in the
one is
pink.
Sister Freedom? To my far right?
The one in the pink.
He not gonna do
The
nothing.
one in the
He
pink.
all
Okay.
talk. He all cap like
No,
his
relax,
scholarship.
relax. I'm just
Please,
talking
wait a
to the
minute.
sisters.
Please,
It's
wait a
fine.
minute.
They
What
fine.
you said? But yeah,
No, I just wanted to make sure because I am recording this, and I'm not. This is not against none of y'all sisters, okay?
Recorded.
This is, huh?
Did you ask me? Could you?
Yes,
record
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I am recording this. The reason it's not. Hold on, wait a minute. It's not for y'all.
I'm messing with you.
No, look, it's not. This is nothing against y'all. Y'all doing y'all thing. This is for
I
him,
don't
okay?
think that what I'm trying to see is what anybody said that was so bad though.
No, you were good. I'm not saying nothing about y'all. Y'all good.
Let me react.
I can say
Okay.
I can, but no, Sister Freedom, I can say what was
Well,
said,
wait a minute,
and then I can play the video.
That's the name. I'm trying to ask Dane because it says book.
Okay. Yeah.
Go ahead,
Dane.
sis.
Dane,
Yes.
what was it that was said that you were offended by?
Nothing. Well, I didn't get offended by anybody.
Or were you offended by something Chris said because he said it was
No.
because
No.
found out it was a mistake. It wasn't that particular book that was on your ebook. You have another.
Let me explain. He's one of the ones that's about to get a lawsuit. Like that's being worked on right now. This is the
Okay.
reason why he tried to jump up on your panel.
Ain't
So,
nobody
that's-
finna get no lawsuit.
Please, Chris.
No lawsuit coming here.
Hold up.
You cap,
Hold
dog.
up.
You all cap.
Keep calling me Cap. And this is the reason why I'm recording this because
Let
I
him
could use it
finish.
against him.
Okay, not
But
well,
go
I
ahead, sis.
law too. But what I'm still saying to you though, Dane,
Mhm.
do you have proof? I mean,
Absolutely.
that you
Yes.
saw him doing it. You know.
Yes.
Okay.
Sis, I'm not playing. No, why would I do that? I'm not gonna make up a lie and say I don't got no proof. I wouldn't even waste my attorney's time.
Because people do it all the time on these platforms. That's
Oh
why
no, sis, I ain't got
let me ask Dane a question.
So go ahead.
Let me ask a question. So if somebody was using your book as a teaching method, right?
That's fine.
Okay, if it
but they have to have the physical copy of my book. They see what I'm.
Wait a minute.
No, they don't. No, they don't. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. What they were showing people was a scanned PDF version of my book. That's copyright infringement. And then displaying it on YouTube is copyright infringement.
Okay.
That's not supposed to be on a public platform. People paid for that book.
Okay. And
that's the problem.
If that's what you're saying, and you can prove to him, you could prove that he doesn't physically have your book, right?
I have the video, him and a couple other people showing PDF scanned versions of my book. Okay. That's copyright infringement, hands down. I don't have an ebook available for that book, for that particular book. The only book that's an ebook
copyright
format.
infringement.
Hold up.
Copyright infringement.
Hold up.
He's capping. He's capping, y'all.
Hold up. The only book that's an ebook format. Hold up. The only book that's an ebook format is False Heroes, False Hopes. The book that they're referring to is It Was Told in Reverse. There's no ebook version of that book at all. At all.
Which book are you talking about? The one
they're talking about It Was Told in Reverse.
Chris, Dane, please let me.
So now what happens is, like, once again, they could critique or whatever. No, it doesn't matter. That's not the point.
It's about copyright infringement because we got to get to what the actual laws say and not just their
right. But let him finish.
Hold up. Well, see, hold up.
Day long, but these are the two actual people right here.
Yeah, but let us understand it because it's more education.
We are trying to understand from the horse's mouth.
I know.
Hold up, sis. My attorneys are all over this because you got to understand that this is copyright infringement. What it is for. No, I'm not saying that you didn't, sis. I'm not saying that you didn't. I'm not putting any words in nobody's mouth right now. What I'm trying to tell you is that it is copyright infringement. Somebody scanned in a physical copy of my book, made it a PDF, and distributed it around. Matter of fact, here's another thing I'm gonna tell y'all. Y'all can look this up, Washington Post. Do you know that website that's called I'm trying to think of it now. The Internet Archive is being sued right now by us publishers because they were posting up digital copies of people's books, of physical books. This lawsuit has been happening since 2022, since last year. It's on Washington Post. Matter of fact, you could type in publishers are suing the Internet Archive over digital book lending. It'll pop right up. But that's the same thing that's happening with this thing. What he did, he and his friends just did something that's copyright infringement. That's going to allow me to sue them for copyright infringement because they're displaying it on a public platform.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, Chris, did you make digital copies of that particular book or the one on email on ebook?
No.
Did you display digital copies of my book? You lying? I got the video.
So we're gonna go.
I can actually play it right now.
Y'all see, you got to mute him. Can I get some moderation?
I can play it right now.
But just
your threats do not scare me.
I can play it right now. I can play it right now.
Your threats don't even scare me. Your threats don't even scare me.
Right?
Everything you're saying about
right now.
Hey, Sister Freedom, can I get some moderation? Can I get some moderation?
It doesn't matter. You're gonna get hit either way.
He's loud. He's loud.
But I appreciate that, though, sisters.
Sure.
I appreciate that, sisters.
Sure, you are.
Y'all take care. Y'all take care.
Sure, yeah, bye. Bye.
Wait a minute, Dane.
Bye. He's not gonna do nothing. He's not gonna do nothing. He got nothing.
Hold on, let Chris finish, and then
I appreciate that. Y'all take care.
They want to see no video.
Watch this. Now let me tell y'all where he wrong at. Let me tell y'all where he wrong at.
About opinions.
They want to see
what the law is.
Done.
So after Chris is done, we're gonna play the rest of the video.
So
okay, so let me tell y'all where he's. Let me tell y'all where.
Now we're moderating beef amongst men.
Please let Chris finish.
And now we're moderating beef amongst men. That's what we're doing.
You know, right. All of this is ridiculous at this point.
Okay, but let Chris to get done. This is content.
This is what we're talking about. This is the whole topic for tonight.
Right.
But y'all trying to tell somebody that got a lawyer what the law is.
We don't. I mean,
No, we're not telling him what the law is at all. He already knows what the law is. He has a
Exactly. So
lawyer.
he don't want to
Let
see that
Chris talk.
video.
Huh?
He wouldn't have wanted to see that video. While we got them here, I think the best.
No, this is for us. The video is for us because we're saying a lot of misinformation. So the video is for us to have the correct information.
That don't make
No,
sense.
you gotta stop that.
Let Chris finish. I'm not-
All right, ladies.
That's
Y'all
why
have
we're
a.
doing
All
the
right,
video.
ladies. All right, ladies. All right, ladies. Y'all have a good night.
I'm gonna email
Chris,
him.
I wanna hear
Wait a minute,
what
we
you
want
had
you
to
to
say,
finish.
Chris.
I'm
God,
saying because this is a bunch of.
And then now we are emotional and sensitive because we're allowing men to come
No,
in
that's
and
because some
squabble.
of y'all
Like,
are
this
not
is
trying to let the
insane.
right people
I'm
speak.
about to leave out myself. I really am. I really am.
No,
Right, I don't want to
no,
see this video. You keep imposing on the Dulcinea. What is going on?
This is so we can have the information.
No, we're not
So
trying
once
to have
everyone's
nothing.
done, I'm
You
gonna
keep
play the
imposing
video.
this video like
You
it's
know
all
what?
important. Why is it so important to you?
Because it
Play
has
this
the fair
video.
use. It talks about the fair use after this. I was answering Gemini's
Oh my
question.
God, I'm not gonna be quiet. Listen, I don't want to see this video. This is ridiculous.
I'm so tired of it. The man was supposed to speak, and all y'all spoke, and all I kept saying was let him speak. And now Dulcinea has this up here. It's just too. It's just.
All y'all didn't speak. I didn't say a word.
Yeah, all y'all did, including you, Sakina.
I'm so sorry. I didn't get to ask not one question.
No,
I'm
not
so-
a question. Why
Yeah,
Chris
none of
was
us
supposed
got to
say
ask them
something.
questions.
Everybody.
We didn't get a chance to do nothing we wanted because Dulcinea wanted to play this video so bad.
But why
in
did
front
you
of
have to say that,
everybody?
Gemini, while Chris was supposed to speak? Chris was trying to talk.
He was trying to talk.
I didn't say a word. I asked, could I ask a question? And after that, the
But
buffalo
it would have been
effect.
okay after he spoke. That's chimed in. Everybody's chimed in. I'm trying to say, let the man speak.
Why don't you call him and see if he'll come back, and then I'll play the video while you call him.
You could have played this video so much later.
I mean,
well,
see,
we'll
why
We
would-
play it
actually had two people who were actually involved in this getting ready to speak on it, and then you wanted to play this video instead of
I didn't
us
even bring
listening
it
to
up
what
while
they
they
had
were
to say.
here. I said after they were done. I specifically
She did
said
say it,
after
and
they were
y'all just
done.
she said, after Chris is done, I'm going to play the video. Y'all
Right.
just kept talking right straight through them.
But I think instead of us arguing over something that we don't know, we should definitely educate ourselves
Yeah,
instead of going back and forth between what we think is right or wrong.
Hear what they had to say.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying to take over when they were saying this wasn't on the screen when they were here. It
Yeah, but
wasn't.
you were trying
But
to
I'm
put it
saying
on
we
while
should
they
do
were
it after
talking.
them because no, it wasn't. I wasn't doing it while they were talking. Never did. You can rewind the tapes. I didn't do it while they were talking. I was saying after they were done speaking that we should play this video, which they're
Yeah,
not
but you
here.
kept
so
on
that's what I'm gonna
inserting
say.
that over and over while they were trying to get out the information.
God. Y'all
Okay,
have
let's move forward and let's look at the video. And then
I don't
we
want
can
to look
go
at
from
this
there.
video no more. No, I don't want to
Okay.
look at the video. This is crazy. To see if Chris will come
In
back
copyright
on.
legislation, defendants
if
often
Chris can
claim
come
that
back
the nature
on.
of their use complies with fair use guidelines. In all other cases, it is the defendant's responsibility to provide evidence to disprove the validity of the copyright. Penalties for copyright infringement. In copyright cases, the courts can be involved in several ways. An injunction prohibiting when a work has no creative licensing agreement.
Sorry. Here.
In court, the defendant may suffer willful infringement or a proven motive for profit, but neither of these circumstances is necessary to uphold copyright. Through copyright legislation, creators may seek to enforce moral rights, such as rights of attribution or rights of authenticity, which cover the rights to claim authorship and prevent modifications of the work. When a work has no creative or expressive content, the secondary use is limited to a small portion of the original work, or the similarities between the plaintiff's and defendant's works seem coincidental. Copyright enforcement can be difficult. In copyright legislation, defendants often claim that the nature of their use complies with fair use guidelines. In all other cases, it is the defendant's responsibility to provide evidence to disprove the validity of the copyright. Penalties for copyright infringement. In copyright cases, the courts can be involved in several ways. An injunction prohibiting the defendant from continuing to infringe copyright is a common goal of copyright litigation. The court may also order confiscating the infringing material to prevent further dissemination. Plaintiffs often seek financial compensation as well. If successful, they can recover damages, including
Okay, so that was it. They were going over, they talked about the items. So that was all that was left from that. Now you guys can go back and forth as far as other place. And I know Sister Freedom's on the phone right now. So yeah, Chris has the actual book on record, but on record, he told people to email him for the scanned version of the book.
We don't know what Chris did. We can't assume what Chris did.
No, I'm not assuming. This is something I heard. I was on his thing when he said it.
What I heard is different from what he actually could be saying anything for the moment. You don't know if that's true or not. So we can't be passing on misinformation as well. That's why when they were both on here, it was better to get it from the source than from any other place.
Yeah. Well, that's fine as far as it. But like I said, I can say that under my fair use laws, I was there in the chat when he said email him. He had the email and he was like, email for the copy.
Okay, but he's not on here, so we can't assume because none of us was there, only you. So that's he say, she say right about now.
Right. Exactly. So I can't be subpoenaed in a court of law to utilize what I said. He would only need the actual quote himself from Chris saying it himself. He can't use me.
Brother Law, you had something to say?
Peace, peace. Peace and bless all the sisters on the line.
Hey, Brother Law.
Okay, I just wanted to say this. Dulcinea, you are 100% wrong. You can be subpoenaed as well for what you just said.
Well, because I heard it, I don't think so. I can hear it, but that's not a validity of the statement. Me hearing him.
You didn't say allegedly. You didn't say allegedly.
Oh, I know I didn't say allegedly. I heard him say it, but I'm saying that's he say, she say, like Gemini said.
That's why on those grounds alone, you can be subpoenaed.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not afraid. I'm not lying.
That's why Gemini was saying when both of them gentlemen were on there, you should have let them both gentlemen speak.
Right, that's what I was saying.
They were speaking. I never stopped.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't both of them speaking. It was a straight cat fight. That's the only reason why I jumped on, just to tell y'all to just be still. I kept telling the Sister Freedom, be still. Don't say nothing. Just let them brothers speak. Because what's going to basically happen down the line is they're going to wind up just canceling the channel.
What?
Okay.
No, they can't cancel our channel.
Let me say this too, Dulcinea. Did you hear Chris say, I'm going to make copies of the book and send? Or did you hear him say, I can make sure you get a copy of the book? Because you need to be sure of what you heard him say. Did you hear him say, I'm going to scan the book?
I said exactly what he said verbatim. And what he said is, if you guys want a copy, send me an email to get a copy.
Okay, so what's wrong with that?
No, that's what I said he said. That's all I said he said.
Oh, but you've been making it appear that he said something wrong. So that's because saying I'll make sure you get a copy of the book. He could be buying the book for somebody. He could be it could be any kind of. That's why we gotta be careful what we say. That's what I'm saying. That's why Brother Lot is saying allegedly.
I said verbatim for what he said. So
that's why I always emphasize. That's why I always emphasize to you, Sister Freedom, Dulcinea, and the rest of y'all sisters on here. We are all the ruler of all unspoken words and actions. The minute you manifest them and you put them into the universe, you hold ground to uplift you. They hold ground to uplift you or betray you. You got to be conscious what you let out between your teeth. You got to be conscious and aware. You just can't be spitting out. Yeah, especially if it's a legal matter going on. Like, that brother's he's going through litigation right now.
And he also said out his own mouth when he was here, why would you want a copy of this shit? He said chapter such and such had 2 sentences. Chapter such and such had a sentence. This chapter had 2 paragraphs. So they don't even know. I don't know if he said it or not, but he said, why would you want a copy of it? Because this, that, and the other. So it don't sound like he said it. That's how I took it.
Well, I took it as I could tell you I'm gonna punch in your face. That don't mean I'm gonna do it.
Exactly. I'm just saying.
Right, but allowed is I can say what
But
he said.
once again,
He
but
has to
what,
be more mindful of what he says on the internet. If I said,
but
"Oh,
you-
he
but
said,"
he
hold
did-
on, Sister Freedom, I'm not done with saying. If I said that, oh, he copied the book, put out scanned copies, and then said he would send it out to people, then I would be in the wrong because I'm saying more than what he said. He said, email him and he'll send it to you, and that's what I said. He said.
He said, I thought
The
you
first thing Chris,
said if
I'm
you want
sorry,
a
go ahead.
copy of the book, email me. I'll make sure you get one.
I'll send it to you. Yep. Yep. If you want a copy of the book, email me at this email. I'll send it to you. That's
Allegedly, he's supposed
That's
to.
what he said. And I can say
But Chris
that 'cause that's
also
what he
said earlier, when before everybody even came on, before people even came on in the chat, he said, Dulcinea, don't insert yourself in nobody's business. And you said, okay, and did exactly that.
hey, bottom line, bottom line.
No, I was saying that this isn't asserting in business. This is fair use. We are doing fair
We
use
ain't
as
doing
content
nothing.
creators right
We
now.
ain't doing
So we can
Content
do this.
creators, but this is somebody's
For educational purposes, this is all allowed. How things are going right now.
No,
So-
it's allowed, but should we do it that way?
I don't see anything wrong with it.
You never do.
When we get to going
You
off
never do.
and all this other stuff, right?
We not gonna argue over somebody else's stuff though.
Listen
But,
here.
but I just like the fact that both of them was on here, and that's what I wanted.
When we
And
don't,
then it's making us third party, because when she says we are not, I am not, I'm only just saying what I said. Okay, that's first or second hand. And then when you're saying it to us, you want us to assume and take it the same way you took it, which makes us third party to information that we don't know nothing about.
Bottom line.
No,
Bottom
it doesn't.
line.
It doesn't mean that you
It
have to take it
does.
any kind of way. No, it doesn't. The courts
Yes,
do not
it
have to
does.
put you in or
And
anything.
this is why
No.
he's saying to
I can
Freedom,
just say
your
what
channel
I
could
heard.
be
If someone is
affected.
reporting, if someone is reporting the news or anything the same way that Arnetta said, oh, Polite said this particular thing, it does not incriminate him for saying what Polite told him. That does not incriminate him at all. He's just saying what happened.
you can be an accessory.
Yeah, I have exactly where Chris said it.
You can be an accessory when you think you're not, right? So sometimes when we be saying stuff like lazy eyes and carrying on like that, we be thinking we saying something, because I just be thinking I be saying something, but no, because sometimes when you have to put your name on stuff, that make you responsible. Just because you take somebody to the doctor and all that kind of stuff, that's all fine and good. But when you got to sign your name to something, that's a whole different spectrum. So, we got to be honest. We got to be real with some of these things. Robin, when you sign your name on your kid's shit, that means what? You responsible. That says a whole lot, because you won't let me sign my name to your kids. Right? And if you do let me sign my name to your kids, that means I'm responsible. And you going to hold me up to all of that.
Which
right?
one you want? Which one you want?
I'm just saying, when it all fall down, I'm signing my name to it. I'm not going to be able to tell you I don't know what happened.
Right, but I'm apologizing to the chat.
We actually apologize.
At the end of the day, y'all,
see like this. You was quiet, Sakina. I want to say something, Dustin. I'm apologizing to the chat that we got into like a little cat fight all over somebody else's stuff, but we was trying to get down to the get down. I'm letting you know I was happy that both of them was on here. But I was glad because we just was getting it straight right from there. And it would have got straight if everybody would have just was quiet and talking all through them and all that. Unnecessary.
But Sister Freedom.
What? Yes. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. But you was doing a lot of the talking too, though, sis.
Absolutely not. When I was asked the question, I answered, and then I asked another question. Then I was directing, okay, Dane, let you be quiet, and now let Chris talk. And he wasn't quiet while Chris was talking. I said, Dane, let Chris talk. I'm gonna put you on mute.
That's why. That's why.
Sister Freedom knows very well what she was doing. What I was trying to do was keep everybody quiet. Everybody was coming in, and I said, it's Chris' turn to talk. Dustin said, I'm gonna wait till after Chris get done, and then I'm gonna put this thing up. Okay, so what do you mean I was doing what? Excuse you? Because we can play it back.
Because I didn't say it.
With me, you gonna say with me. Now I know you control me a little bit. Now, you know, you do control me a little bit, but not, you know, I am a Taurus.
Okay, because I'm a Taurus too, boo. And I asked, could I ask?
I'm talking to you, though. I'm talking to Brother Nah.
Okay.
Sakina, hotel, Sakina, hotel, Sakina.
I'm not even talking to her.
Dots.
And you had my birthday wrong in the thing too.
I'm sorry, I was 9 days early. I was finna say the 30th, but I was you know, I'm just happy your birthday is, and I was right about the month. But I thought it was between the 21st and the 30th.
I want Brother La to know when my birthday is, because I'll be
brother not finna know, because I don't got no secrets. So if I ain't got no secrets, y'all better not tell me y'all.
I'm teasing.
Hey, Josh, did you want to share that screen again? Or anything else?
But let me get my point out right fast. My point is that because they was here, right? I wanted to kind of like settle that out between them. That's why I didn't want the video to be played, because one already sought a lawyer, and maybe Chris didn't need a lawyer. So I felt like copyright infringement and all of that, the video was useless to be playing at this point, because we had them here, and with all 6 of us, we probably could have handled that to try to figure out. Because one of my questions was, why did Dane feel like he needed, had he met Chris before that video, or whatever he felt that he had, and is that why he came at Chris, or did he know Chris before that? Because that's why, you know what I'm saying? Why did he feel like he had to come at Chris? Because
why was it personal?
Yeah, because you said you asked him about Chris in your questions, Freedom. And so because he said that I want to know, well, how did he find Chris? Or what made him allude to Chris?
Chris is the one that critiqued it and said it was trash.
No, but exactly. So how did he meet Chris or know Chris? Was it through the videos, or did he already know Chris and then you didn't like Chris, and then did you pick him out, like cherry pick Chris, or was it that's how you found Chris? That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes, Sakina, you're making a valid point, because something was said. This is still, you know, he say, she say, right?
Exactly.
Something was said to the effect that there were people that were in the chat, right? When who was, did they say Sinetta had Top Cats or Dane Calloway on, and Top Cats and Dane Calloway both came on? But however, there were supporters, right, who were there for that video, and then and then people who came to Chris heard what Chris said, and then reported it back to either Top Cats or Dane, whichever one. And that's how he found out, right? Because when he said, well, I'm distributing, they went right back, and because Dane wasn't watching MVP and Top Cats was not watching MVP. So that information had to be relayed, like you're saying.
Exactly. So if we could have maybe could have brought resolution to this madness instead of watching copyright infringement and what is this, what is that. If Dane had a lawyer, this video wouldn't have brought nothing to him to be talking about that. Why? Because he have a lawyer to tell him.
Why is he coming on? Excuse me for speaking, but why? If he got a lawyer, then he'll need to come on and defend himself. Let his lawyer.
It wasn't about him defending himself. I'm saying the video wouldn't have did no good. Us as sisters would have did
right.
Trying to bring the brothers together. That's
agreed.
But you couldn't, as you can see, every time Chris was quiet when he was talking. Every time it went to Chris to talk, he talked through Chris talking. That's not how you do that.
Okay, yeah, but they were in the heat of the moment. They were trying to get something out. So when he was just saying, so Chris was just saying, you know, Sister Freedom, moderate, you know, mute one in or mute one out. Yeah,
Exactly.
so that they can talk to each other. We should have just been watching and observing at that
I
point.
don't understand that. Dots was yelling.
Bottom line.
This
I don't,
Bottom line.
freedom. Let me say this, and then it can go to the next person. This is my last point. As a caregiver, as a CNA, freedom, you know that we do 3 attempts to give somebody medication, and then if we can't get them to take it, who do it go to? We give it to the next CNA to let them try, right? Exactly. So if at 3 attempts, if you couldn't get him to talk to you to make sense, we give it to the next sister. It's 6 of us here.
No, I think he put his butt on mute.
No, exactly. But the point is that if you can't get him to do it, it's 6 of us here to help bring a resolution between 2 brothers. That's all I'm saying.
I understand and I agree with you, but I'm just still saying, you know, when it was Chris' turn to talk, I couldn't understand why he couldn't just talk.
If he couldn't be quiet, my point is
everybody was talking
quiet.
Everybody
if you get him to be quiet, sister, then you send it to the next sister, boo. You can't mute him because muting him made him leave.
Excuse me, all of this trying to say now is Chris was supposed to talk, and everybody started talking while Dane was talking. Dots was yelling, and then y'all went crazy. The guys couldn't say nothing. I'm trying to say, let them talk, be quiet, let them talk, and y'all just went. Y'all did the whole thing. I mean, y'all guys.
And that's a fact. I want to say we wouldn't have brought them together because just like what I did to that girl's channel is what Dane did to Chris's channel. And you know how that girl feels about me after I did that to her channel. There's a strike against him. So they were going to go back and forth. And I get it. You wanted him to like be quiet while he's talking. But it's like someone being quiet, like when they're like, you're dark, you're ugly, you're this. And you saying, oh, be quiet while they're doing that. That's why Chris was insulting. No, I'm saying what Chris was saying when he started talking was insulting. And when you're insulting someone, there's a likelihood they're going to cut you off. That's why I said if you were like, you're dark, you're ugly, all this other stuff, someone most likely is not going to sit there and let you say that and not cut you off while you're saying.
Well, I'm still saying that I'm still saying he gave Dane. Dane was saying was talking too.
Yeah, it was more than Chris that was emotional. Everybody was emotional, just slightly, because we wanted to hear what the 2 men were saying.
Me too. So we couldn't because you jumped in, Gemini too. Everybody jumped in.
No, I jumped in to say be quiet so we can hear them talk. That's what I jumped in to say.
Okay. All right. But I'm still saying Chris should have had an opportunity to come back at Dane, especially since Dane said what he had to say and then ran off. I don't like that because you said what you had to say. And then when it was time for Chris to say something, you said, thank you, ladies, and just left. You didn't want to hear back what Chris had to say. And I think he should have listened to what Chris had to say too.
No, he jumped off because it was either, I think it was Dots who kept on saying, listen, we're trying to, we something, whatever. And then when we all started talking again, he was just like, okay, well, I'm not going to be able to sit and get a word in edgewise because we'll replay, because I'm going to replay this video because there were things that made them say, okay, well, enough is enough with all of these ladies and I'm out.
They could not get a word in because
stop being funny. I was not telling. They were showing so much they couldn't afford that.
Not to leave, don't leave.
Go ahead, because now we're getting into things.
Well, let's just get back to the meeting,
and we need to be talking about copyright infringement. So we'll talk about all the rest of that stuff the next meeting. And Nisha.
So I hold my tongue. So I will hold my tongue. Okay. So I hold my tongue because I guess, and we'll just continue to move right along. But just for the record, in no way, shape, form, or responsibility do I take any responsibility.
I know that's right, sis. I know that's right, Dots. I know that's Dots. I know that's right, Dots.
No, I know that. No, for real, because you guys know I'm very patient on here. I usually don't like jump in or whatever the case may be, right? But what we ain't gonna do, what we ain't gonna ever never do is shift blame, shift responsibility, shift accountability. Never. Dots ain't having it. Chris had more than enough time to say what he had to say, to the point where
so you felt
he was in his bag talking to Dulcinea, talking about, I'm gonna teach you. When I interjected,
like Dulcinea was attacking him.
Excuse me, thank you. And so as it went along, right, and you know, these two men are on panel, right, and they're doing these 1v1s, and I'm saying, listen, okay, if the men is squabbling, let the men squabble. It's not our role, it's not our job to be mediating a gosh darn thing. These are men at the end of the day. And last time I checked, I thought the conversation was more so about whether or not bruh has a legal case. I didn't realize it was going to be about mediating grown man beef. Because see, what begins to happen is that when that shit don't play out the way it's supposed to play out, it becomes, see, the women are sensitive, the women are emotional, the women are crazy, and that it takes a man to kind of bring back to center. Absolutely blood clot not. Okay? Those two gentlemen can figure out their own remedy and solution. It is not Dot's job at all to mediate beef, to mediate foolishness between grown ass men. Absolutely not. And because this is unscrambled mind voice, when one of us, for whatever the reason is, to interject, then to the well. But we should not, it should never be that anybody takes over the show. That's not how we run things. And I know we're trying to turn up because we miss each other and we haven't seen the cousins in a minute, you know, right? Everyone taking vacation time and all that. So here we are. You know, we bring the juice and the sauce. It is what it is. But no, they're not overtaking the show. And I damn sure I'm not mediating nothing between two grown men. Just not doing it. That's it. That's all.
Right. Dots, but they wasn't taking over the show. Here's a couple of things, a couple of facts, right? Here's number one fact. When we talked about this title, we really didn't know that Chris or Dane, first of all, had a situation, right? We did not know that. So when we even had this title, we thought we were talking about a book, but come to find out there was a real situation. So someone in the chat said, well, you know what? Since you ladies are bringing up his name, why not say it to the source? So all of that was spontaneous. So we was not trying to mediate anything, right? The only thing we wanted to do was get to the bottom line, because really, technically, if we want to, you know, go there, some of us were blindsided, right? Blindsided because we did not know by talking about the book we were going to be inviting two people who had a real issue. Nobody knew that on the panel tonight except Dulcinea, because she said she was there on MVP's channel when something went down. We did not know that. We thought that tonight's topic was strictly going to be about talking about his book, and that was it, right? And shared some opinions. So everything else just kind of happened.
That's not entirely true, though. I don't know who all knew, but I know Sakina was the reason why I said to do this topic, because she was like, the streets is heavy right now. They talking about Chris. They talking about Calloway. And I was like, let's get these views.
Well, guess what? We had him on here, and I wish he was on here long.
I will say again that this is fair use, and we are.
Yes. And if they can't handle a conversation, then to the well. They can't handle, if they can't handle then to the well. Point blank and the period. Because the one thing I know about Unscrambled Mind is that we always do our very best, right, to make people feel comfortable. Sometimes at the expense of, like that's real talk, right? And I hear what you were saying, Gemini, and I completely understand. I get it, my love. I really, really do. But my thing is, when it appears as if we're not in control of the show. You get what I'm saying? So,
but we have that masculine energy. So, you know, it was nothing that even really for real. I mean, Sakina made a great point when she says 6 women would try to handle this, because that masculine energy, when they were in the moment, right? And we're talking about Dane, right? He's trying to charge somebody what, $200,000 to be on this show, and here it is, he on our show with a little energy. It's okay. This show ain't gonna last forever.
Yeah.
We could have sat here with
That's
that
what I
energy
was
and
saying.
brought
I
that energy
not-
for 20 or
That's
30
where
minutes.
we were all
We are
objective. I did not
We are
think
Yeah,
that
in
Dane
that's
was
a fact,
coming
guys. He
tonight.
does.
I
That's
didn't
why
think
he
Dane
was
was
on here. I
coming
was
tonight
like,
at all.
Right. It's because we are
we
unscrambled
got the
mind.
same done.
Shit. We
That's
work
what he
on
thinks.
that.
I'm just dying here, Nisha. Go ahead, Nisha. Who gives
I'm
off?
sorry.
Y'all know me. I sit back in the cut, chill, unless I really have something to say. As far as in trying to mediate, no, I totally agree with Dots. We're not mediating. We're not trying to bring these brothers together. First of all, we already knew what it was when Chris was damn near the first one in the chat. Okay. We already know how Chris is, period. It's not a new thing. We just ain't met him yesterday. We already know what it was. Okay, so when he first got on, that set the energy right there. So it's nothing that I could have said. And I ain't said shit the whole time, period. I had my camera off. I was muted. I didn't say anything because that's something that I don't do and I don't care for. And I'm not about to tell my sisters to be quiet because I thought they would have just been quiet and let it ride.
Yes,
So,
I'm with you on that part.
So wait a minute. So even
Fact,
by
Nisha.
saying, wait a
Fact.
minute. So even by saying be quiet, it's a problem. So just let it ride. It was gonna die down. Either one of them was gonna leave. Then we could have went on with it. It's like, come on, man. That's they beef. They had beef. We knew it was beef. So let's not act like we didn't know that it was something because of Chris's show. We knew it was something. Ain't nobody agreeing to that. We knew this. Let's be for real. And when Chris was, before we even really got into our thing, Chris said what he said. He was already on another level. So let's not act like, wait a minute. Let's not act like we didn't know what was going on. We knew, but sometimes by doing all that, be quiet, that makes it worse. So sometimes you just fall back in the cut like I do and watch it play out.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the next topic.
Well, Chris is on here. Chris, did you have anything that you would like to say?
Welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. You know, when I was talking about the book and addressing the book, I'm well within my bounds to address the book. But when he was speaking, I gave him the courtesy and I stayed quiet. I teach decorum. He doesn't have a case. He threatens everybody. What he's upset about is because the right person who studies American history has gotten a hold of his book. I purchased it, by the way. Waste of money. You can run around and say people have PDF scans all you want. No judge is going to sit up there and look at this. You can't sue. You can't do any of that. It's garbage. Trust me, he can't. He's been doing this since he's been around. Instead of y'all addressing the real issue, which to me should be the misinformation in the book. That's the real issue at hand.
We haven't had the opportunity to get it yet, but when we do, we do plan on getting it. We will be,
and that's why he continued. Oh, I'll say, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying we will be able to speak on it if we're even interested in it. But we did plan on getting the book so we could see what is even in the book. I mean, at least one of us, two of us.
Yeah, and like I said, if there said, all I asked was the same courtesy. But when it was my turn to talk, I had everybody yelling over me. I just didn't understand. So I said, you know what? I'll exit. I have my own platform. I could rock out on my own platform, which I will, by the way. And I'll address this. I will address this. What up, La? How you doing?
Peace, bro.
Yeah.
That's all I was saying, Sister Freedom.
That's what I'm saying.
Like that.
It's ridiculous.
We're not trying to come off.
Hold up.
Wait, let me say something, but real quick.
Drop the link in the chat.
Okay.
Somebody else want to come in.
I know. I'm gonna put the link out. I just want to say it all is fair use. So I say yes, Chris, of course, use our content just like we use this situation because this is all fair use as us being YouTubers. So You definitely
Yeah,
should
and you said yourself you're doing it for, and you said it yourself you're doing it for views,
with the
right?
conversation. What we're not doing is getting checked. That's what
Thank
we're
you.
not doing. And what we're not doing
I
is
didn't check
getting
anybody on here.
what we're not doing. And Chris, to be honest with you, you have more than I don't care. We gave you the floor times 1,000. We let you rock uninterrupted for a while. So our apologies for interrupting and talking over, right? But what we not doing is shifting blame. And I know I'm not getting checked.
I'm not shifting blame on anyone.
As long as we're
I
clear.
haven't shifted blame. I just said why wasn't when it was my turn to talk. I was trying to address.
This is ridiculous.
I haven't thrown one ad hominem. If you're going to use that word, use it correctly. I haven't thrown one ad
It
hominem.
was Dane that was interrupting him a lot when it was Dane's turn.
Well, it is. Again. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. Well, when Dane was speaking, Chris never said nothing. When it was Chris's turn to speak, Dane hurried up and left, which he got out.
But Dane was trying to play the video. He just wanted to drop his version of what he said. He said, I got the video. I want to drop it. And that's what he kept saying.
Gemini, that's what I'm saying. Like right now, I was speaking, and now you see, I just wanted to finish what I'm saying. What I'm saying is Dane was talking. Chris ain't say nothing. When it was Chris' turn to talk, Dane was like, well, thank you, sister, that I'm leaving. You can't just talk and not give the other person a chance to say something back. But I'm saying it happened the way it happened. But
now, y'all need to watch that replay. You'll see a totally different thing that happened. That's why we all got different versions of what happened. But when we watch the replay, we'll see what actually happened. Because when brother Law said, well, Freedom, you was doing the most talk. You said, no, not me. I was the only one not talking.
No, I did not say that. I said I was.
Banger, what's going down?
Wait a minute. I'm acting like a grown person here. What I said was, Dane.
She'll see it, Gemini. She gonna see it.
Like what you just said. I'm gonna see that. Okay. Listen, I know I was asked to speak, so I was kind of moderating the two. But that's what I was doing. When you told me to chill and relax, you always tell me what to do, Brother Lai. See, y'all don't know, Brother Lai be controlling me in the chat.
He bossy. Yeah, he bossy.
I say, okay, Brother Lai done told me to chill. So I'm going to go ahead and chill. I'm going to chill. No.
Oh, man.
But Bobby Banger is in the chat, is now here. I guess he's in the fight too. What the hell tonight? I just got out the hospital.
What is going? Oh man!
I wanted to say hi to the sisters. I like being around beautiful women. So Loud getting all. I'm like, nah, nah, brother Loud.
Here you go. Here you go.
Yeah, I say, Nisha, Gemini, the C. Shorty, wow, she asked about Dulcinea. Yeah, she's definitely the pseudo, the goddess. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? I'm here.
Everybody is pseudo.
No, that's not true.
He gotta stop using that word for anything.
No, I don't. I actually characterize people right. I do. And
he is not pseudo according to him. His definition of pseudo is everybody else.
Pseudo, listen, I was bona fide pseudo. I was whopping. That's the extraordinary pseudo.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, extraordinary. Top
notch. I was trying to have a non-pseudo night tonight, just so y'all can see I could do
I'm
it.
Not gonna fight you. I'm not fighting you.
I'm just playing with you.
I'm fighting. I'm glad you're here with the sister.
No, I'm messing
well,
with
let
you.
me just ask, what do you think about this little debate situation that's going on between?
I think everybody should buy the book and burn it. Because it's trash. But you should buy it. When I buy it, I'm gonna burn it live on air. You know what I'm saying.
I know what
you should at least buy it, right? Because at the end of the day, we brothers and sisters, and if you're gonna tear my shit up, buy it, then tear it up. Don't steal it. You know what I mean? Go steal some other people's stuff. Go steal some white people's stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time getting locked up stealing white people's stuff. That's why I was taken back when people like Sarah Stupicetti and them and young Farrell was talking about me getting locked up for breaking in stores. Nigga, I'm robbing white people. What's wrong with that? I never understood what was wrong with that. I ain't never went in a black person's store and took nothing.
Here.
Never in my life. Never. I
Okay.
promise you, y'all tripping. I'm breaking in stores. You call it petty crime, call what you want. But I was taking white people stuff. I never listened to white people. Stay getting
We
my
didn't though, y'all. We didn't. We over here understanding my girls. We wasn't stealing nothing. What you say,
The point
We
I'm
took
saying
it.
is if the brother got a book,
We didn't steal shit.
buy
We
the
took
book.
it.
Whatever. I'm just saying we supposed to buy the book. Right?
No, we not supposed
Now.
to buy nothing if we don't want to.
Is it
No,
under $20? Is it
no,
under 20?
No, it's
Now
not.
y'all
It's
want
not
to
under
throw out
$20.
disclaimers.
Yeah.
It's $104 for the hardcover,
Look me in the
$55
face.
for the paperback.
Look me in the
And
face.
then the review said it was
Oh my
all
God,
trash
man. I
too.
could not
We
hustle.
can't help
Now
what people
now
say.
y'all want to throw out
Hey, Loud.
disclaimers now, huh?
Hey, now, I could not hustle with them. They take it, they send us all the
Mhm.
damn jail.
Brother Loud, that's a tank of gas. I
Well,
can't do
Bobby Banger was talking, so let him talk, please.
Y'all not thinking. Can y'all think?
Yes.
Think it through. Everything is being recorded. The hell wrong with y'all? Buy his book.
Okay.
Damn, the hell wrong
Boy,
with
I tell you,
Ladies and
self-righteousness is a drug all of its own.
Man, I don't know about all that, but I do know, yo, that if you're gonna do something, just do it. Don't talk about it, just do it.
Yeah.
I don't
And
care nothing.
That's we don't agree all the time, but I say right now, there's stuff G's move in silence like lasagna. That's all I'm saying.
Man,
But
look.
all I heard was that Bobby Banger was gonna buy us all the book. One,
That's
two,
all
three,
you said.
50 copies.
You
That's
heard
what I
that.
heard.
Not buying that trash. First of all, I understand trash. I know garbage when I see it. I know garbage when I hear it. Remember, I was a top-notch pseudo. See, most people ain't had the chance to be a top-notch pseudo. I was a top-notch pseudo. Trust me. So I worked my way out of it. That's why I feel like everybody else can work their way out the shit. So and I don't think I'm special. See, that's the point.
Now
I became special. And I became special because I pulled myself out of the wildest trick ever. Y'all know what the wildest trick is? Is that we love black people, we love African people, and somebody come to us and say, you know you've been lied to. We be like, man, and they tell us something. The first president was black. We be like, God damn it. Jesus Christ is black. You be like, oh, Muhammad was like, yeah. And they get us and they trap us, right? The whole time they are exploiting our vulnerability. What's the vulnerability? That we wasn't starting off scientifically literate. We didn't know what scholarship was.
One more good.
None of that stuff was. So they took advantage of a marginalized community under the banner of the fact that we love blackness. I seen it. I seen Chaos One do it. Talking the black, yeah. So what I'm saying is we was all vulnerable and we was introduced to pseudoisms. Nobody was giving us the scientific method. Nobody was giving us the what academia was, what scholarship was, with high level black thinkers. We didn't really get that. We got the community version of it, right? And so when I was in a cult for 5 years, right, and I came out that situation, and I looked, I say, damn, they over there lying to everybody. So I dove in the game. I got rid of the pseudoisms. I got out the cult and I dove in the game. That's okay. I'm gonna sit back and watch everybody grow because y'all ain't got no choice but to grow. Y'all some intelligent women. Robin, the only one ain't gonna grow. Robin gonna stay being a cowboy and Indian. She gonna stay right there, ain't you, Robin?
I have no idea what you're talking about, but it sounds good. So I'm gonna let you go ahead and go.
I can get you good. See,
No,
Robin, no, that's been my
Okay, but you know what, Bobby? Some would say though that book.
that.
Robin
I've had
been my friend for 10
5
years.
days,
Robin,
right?
we fight for 10. We've been fighting for 10 years.
Go
Robin.
ahead and talk, and we're gonna look at this night as a very
What you
night.
about to say, Jamal? What you about to say? You about to
Whenever I get done, then you're gonna let me get done because we're gonna start having control. So again,
control.
We can't. It's impossible. I'm going to do something because this is impossible.
Y'all doing good.
Seriously.
It's a
What I'm trying to say is,
what, babe?
Okay. Now, Gemini was about to say something.
Yeah, go ahead, Gemini.
And so what I was saying was that some people believe that this book was taking advantage of our vulnerability. What
Of
would you
course
say
it
to
is.
that?
I'm saying, that's why I say it was true. Nobody listened to me 5 years ago when I said the nigga was scamming. Y'all all laughed at me. Ha 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 ha. Ha. Just check the video. I got a video on everybody that I said was scamming. 5 years in the Umar Johnson, all that. It's there. I said the nigga ain't never getting to school. This was 8 years ago. I talked to the college and university. They was like, he just asked to come in and, shoot a video outside. I said, that's not right. I did a video and they laughed at me. Ha, 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 ha. I say Dan Calloway is scamming at a high level. The way he project his voice, the way he do it, this nigga's an expert at it. Oh yeah, you just hating, huh? So man, I've been the hating nigga. Remember, young Pharaoh, the nigga pseudo. I'm the hating nigga. I'm the hater. Yep. But as we all grow, we start saying, damn, that nigga wasn't lying. Yeah, it's you know what I'm saying? Like, y'all support the cowboy and Indian shit. I be like, this shit is wow. Yeah, I use like anthropology. I'm the nigga to pick up a book. I say, look, yo, it's called, get a book. It's called Stop Getting Your Black History from fucking YouTube. I said, get it from the college and university. Remember? I say right here, the anthropology book. I say, see, this is where African Americans, Black Americans, this is how you learn to get your history. You don't get it from Malachi York and them. I learned my lesson. Y'all thought I was playing. I say, yo, this is the only way to get it right. If you don't get it like this, they're gonna lie to you. See, we know the information is in a secret vault called the library. We can take our happy ass down to the library in our neighborhood and get some out stored. Then you go to the major libraries in your city. They got big library in your city. You can go to any college you want to. They'll let you in and you can peruse through the books. Yeah, you get it right there. Yeah, but no, we like to be tricked. See what I'm saying? So Dan Calloway, it ain't my fault, it's everybody else's fault. Yeah, we like to bring the Moors on the channel. We pump them up. These niggas is talking reckless. I done buried all of them, and y'all be bringing them back to life again. Check the record. Seriously, check the record. Y'all, I get it. I'm burying niggas, and y'all digging them up. This shit is ridiculous.
Some people on this, some of us on this panel subscribe to Dane Calloway. What we gonna do about that? I mean, that's their right to
do
know if
nothing
they
about
want.
that, but call them pseudo. Can't do nothing about it. But let's talk about what Dane was trying to teach us. Maybe he is watching.
Let's
see. Yeah, he taught us about an actual case that's going on right now.
He is telling us.
It's teaching us because we ain't know about it. That's what teaching is. You said that Chris was using it for teaching value, so we talking about teaching.
But
so
anyways,
this is the fight between authors and librarians tearing book lovers apart. Major publishers are suing the Internet Archive over the online book lending program, but the case has morphed into a bigger debate that could limit the ways libraries lend books online. Teachers and librarians pleaded with the prominent nonprofit to make it easier for kids at home to check out books at a digital library. The organization called Internet Archive agreed, while it traditionally lent out its more than 1 million digital books one at a time to the public, and through partnerships with libraries, it dropped that limit to what it's described as the National Emergency Library. Roughly 2 months later, major book publishers, including HarperCollins, sued the Internet Archive for copyright infringement, saying the digital library initiative grossly exceeds what libraries are allowed to do. A few months later, it restating lending limits, court documents shows. The fight, which the publishers and the Internet Archive asked the federal court to end earlier this month, has triggered a larger ideological debate about the application of copyright law when it comes to digital copies of books, pitting publishers and authors against librarians. At stake is the future of how libraries are allowed to buy and lend out digital books to the public, which advocates say is core to functioning democracy as technology takes over. So let's talk about that, ladies. What y'all feel?
Okay, let me first say this before y'all said it. Dane was telling us what he was going to do for people who was doing this. I don't remember him teaching us anything.
I was talking about this specific thing, Sister Freedom. I'm not saying he taught us something aside from that. I'm saying that he taught us this case. Did you know the Internet Archive was being sued? Raise your hand if you're on the panel and you knew the Internet Archive was being sued.
I knew that.
Thank you. So he taught us that. Now let's not get caught up on arguing about whether he taught us that or not. And let's talk about Internet Archive being sued and what we think about it.
I'm trying to figure out what game he was trying to use to defer you from the wild book he wrote.
That didn't have nothing to do with it, but he did bring up and say that the Washington Post made article.
Trying to fake y'all out, boy. Dan the slick one, boy.
Right. I guess that was trying to compare this to his ebook. I think that's what he was trying to use it for in comparison and contrast to his book. I don't know. I guess I don't know what the contrast was because I guess his book was not an ebook. Maybe say
right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
and he was saying that MVP didn't have a physical copy of the book, and he said he was sending it. Yeah, he had made a PDF format and was sending it to everybody. That's what he was.
So he's saying that libraries now are suing based off of these books, but we also got to take into consideration that libraries have burned books, which was once against the law to burn books. And also that they're giving a lot of history away. So I would like to see the outcome of this based off of those two facts. So I don't know where his thing may end up, but the whole thing with this whole lawsuit with libraries, that's a whole different umbrella. So this ain't that. We can say that.
Jolanda, hey Juju. She said he informed you, he didn't teach you.
Right. That's why that
was Yolanda, come join us.
Right. This again, this ain't that because libraries have already broken laws when it comes to book burning, right? And they was giving them away, but they burned books. They burned a lot of Dr. Seuss books based off of racism, prejudices, and X, Y, and Z. So this ain't that. So I get where we said contrary to the belief. So we can go a lot of ways with this one. So I don't know where they're going to go with that, but I don't know where he's talking about with him and Chris. But this law...
Right. I agree with Juju. Yeah, he informed us. You're right, Sakina. He just informed us because I think he was trying to make the comparison that because they had this type of case going on, for plagiarism, that this would fall under that. But, when we're talking about the archives, the Internet Archives, we're talking about thousands of people. I'm not sure if thousands of people, have his, Dane Calloway situation with MVP is what they call a civil matter. That's person to person.
Right. We trying to get rid of information, because remember, everybody got a book. And we got all these new books coming out and all these books, and where we going to put them in storage and archives and we running out of space, so they say, right? And so the thing is to get rid of them. But remember, the law was burning books. And so where we going to put them? So everybody got books and been books on books and books on books and stacks on stacks and stacks of stacks of stacks of where we going to put them? You had a law that said you couldn't burn them. Well, now where you going to put them?
It's great.
I'm just being honest. I come from half of my life, I grew up in Michigan. So at one point we used to burn our trash. That's against the law now. You can't burn your trash. That's why in the way in waste areas, right? There's garbage mountain. Right, every waste area where y'all live at, waste area, you see the most highest mountains and they beautiful with grass. That's not mountains, that's dirt. That's garbage under that shit. You see what I'm saying? That's garbage. And then you got Garbage Island. There's islands way thousands of miles away from here, and it's full of trash, and it's in the ocean and whales and all kind of stuff. Listen, we can cut this short, but this is real. right? This is how Doodle Island is real, right?
Okay.
Oh,
Where's Doodoo Island?
But
Doodle
can how we get from now? We get from archives to Doodoo Island.
Okay, well, this is
Because
What's
when-
wrong with y'all?
and this is why listen, y'all. This is why people don't want to talk about what we call your economy and the world you live in. I used to work for a agency that dealt with this. So Doodle
That
Island,
was funny.
Wait, let me say a joke really quick, Sakina. Like, I know you say that your mama was Cherokee, but where's the Jamaican in your family? Because you've worked every single job that is known to make. I used to work.
Listen, I worked part-time job, but before
Doodoo Island, though, Sakina. Where is Doodoo? Juju, is that you?
Hey,
Juju.
I like to tour and I take my kids on like, you know, my famous thing is a pocket full of money and a tank full of gas and just riding around. So, you know, Doodle Island is real, and you know, it's Doodle Island is close to where your water base is, where they make y'all water, purify y'all water.
Doodoo girl, I don't want to talk about Doodoo.
Where they do y'all water, where y'all water plant is and carrying on.
I don't want to go there.
Where they purify y'all water and all that.
Nisha's like,
Juju, please help.
Investigate where you live.
Listen, let me say this.
Yo, I'm gonna let her ride out.
Wait a minute, what is Nisha? What you say?
Come on, Nisha. No, come on. I pause. Come on.
No, I wasn't going to even comment on any of that. I'm just saying, I want Juju to say what she gonna say. We ain't had up here in a while. I'm glad to see you. But
thank you.
My point is about this whole Dane Calloway and Chris is, first of all, okay, seeing the title of the book is trash to me. Okay, that's the first thing. The title of it is trash to me. Okay, so when they come and tell me, Dane, Top Cast, that it was no slave ports in the South, and I'm from Savannah, Georgia, down by the river, are you serious? So anything else that come out their mouth is trash. So I don't want to hear it. I don't care nothing about it. Okay, I don't care nothing about it. Period. It don't move me in no kind of way. It's not going to make me research nothing else, because if I'm researching down those lines, it's a lie. And I know it's a lie. You can't tell me about all those underground tunnels in Savannah, Georgia that I have witnessed with my own eyes. It's still there. Okay, you can't tell me about at the African Baptist Church in Bryant Square that underneath it leads you to the it was a part of the Underground Railroad that I've seen with my own eyes. You can't tell me shit about it wasn't no slave ports in the South. So I care not to listen to none of that shit, entertain none of that shit, because all it is a bunch of bullshit. Go ahead, Juju.
On Doodoo Island.
Come on, it's a Doodoo Island.
That's right.
I just wanted to say, what's up, cousin Nisha? Because my family is from Savannah. My family is from Savannah and Statesboro.
Okay.
Yeah. So, our names are Bess or Ellis, because it was two sisters who married two brothers. The sisters were from South Carolina, and the brothers were from Georgia. Oh, is it? The two sisters was from Georgia. My aunt's listening, 80 years old. Yeah, give it up for Aunt Mildred. Two sisters was from Georgia, and the two brothers was from South Carolina. Yeah, Best and Ellis. So yeah, we might be cousins though. But so first I want to start off by saying peace to the panel.
Peace,
beautiful ladies. It's been a minute. Love you all to pieces. My favorite is Dulcinea. She already know it. Peace to the guys in the chat. Bibi Vahodier, Bobby Banger.
Bibi the whole feet.
Yeah, this is what ladies.
And defeat.
Bibi the whole.
Yeah, you know, Black liberation. You already know. Assalamu alaikum, brother La.
With that.
But before I start, anything
What's up, Pseudo Killer? What's going on with you?
Is solely the opinion of Jolanda Zachary and not of the ladies of Unscrambled Minds in any way. And I take full responsibility for the words that come out my mouth because I ain't never scared. So, with that being said,
Right.
Right on, sis. Right on.
let me tell you how it really goes down. This how it goes down. So I think plenty of people know that I ride with a certain particular platforms that deal in a certain particular subject matter. Correct? Most people in the community who know me know that. Okay, so if I'm not riding with Bobby Banger, which y'all already know how I do, I'm riding with Mossy Warrior Clan, or I'm riding with the Kofi Paisai Research Team, or I'm riding with Not a Coincidence. Y'all need to go subscribe. He's awesome. And a couple people, if I didn't name them, my apologies. Y'all know I rock with Q Butter.
And Unscrambled
Man, where
Mind.
you official
Of
at? I don't
course.
want to hear all that. Where you official at?
But what you say? What you say, Bobby?
Where you official at? I don't want to hear all that.
Well, you know, you the first.
Where you official at?
You know I'm official. I'm always banging with Bobby Banger.
Nah, come on, stop it.
Pseudo
Stop.
Killers. My bad.
come on,
Community
yo,
of
stop.
Skeptics, Pseudo Killers.
Stop.
That is my home
Official
base.
shit.
My
Yeah,
bad.
you got always
Sorry.
official
You know
shit.
he's
You know
gonna
what I'm
beat me
saying?
up
We
later.
ain't talking about
He
when
gonna
you
punish me
when
later,
you riding
y'all.
and helping. I ain't talking about official shit. When you got
Yes,
carte blanche.
of course.
Come on, yo.
He's so jealous.
When
Oh
they
my
gonna
gosh.
come, look, when they gonna come get you out of jail if you get locked up.
I already know.
You
All right,
know
come on,
that.
yo. Everybody else, they cool. They ain't gonna get you out of
Listen,
jail.
So, well, I'm gonna be a little personal. So I think some people know some of the personal tragedies and stuff I've been through in the last year, and I've never said this publicly, but Bobby Banger has been the most consistent individual in my life. Like, damn, don't cry.
Get you out of jail, yo. Trust me.
That's
I
always
feel you though, Juju.
since day
1,000%.
one that I had to go through treatment, surgery. If I was in Boston, this man steady, consistently called me every time I had an appointment, make sure I was okay, to make sure I was making proper decisions, to make sure that my mental was okay. You know what I'm saying?
When
And
did you die by
I'm
yourself, yo? I'm like, yo,
indebted
you
for
might
him.
die, yo. You ain't gonna die by
So that's why I am the way I am, because
Keep that shit
I
real
ride
with
for
you, yo.
family.
Loyalty is everything. Loyalty is everything.
Loyalty is everything
Hear
to me.
Unscrambled Minds sisters argue about stuff, but we have loyalty. And I
Right.
don't know how much to make that clear. We
Right.
have loyalty. We
And
got
I'm loyal to a fault, so I look for that. But within that, also in this community, I also engage with lots of people besides the platforms I named. Like, in actuality, me and Dulcinea, are probably, more alike than anything. Like, I definitely can't
Oh,
wait
that's
to
a
party
lie
with
right
sis.
there, yo. That's a lie. I ain't gonna let you tell that
I
lie.
definitely can't wait to party with sis. Me, her, and
Yeah,
Lolita.
y'all gonna party now. Y'all might
yeah, we
party.
gonna party.
Yeah, we gonna party. Me,
Yeah, we
her,
all
and
party.
Lolita
You right.
already
You
talked
right,
about
bro.
it. We already
That's
got the drinks on deck and everything, so that's
Yeah,
how
that's
it go.
real.
But
That's
like
real.
Gemini, the goddess, like definitely me and her definitely have a common ground of how we've come through some tragedy. And Sakina is like the biggest solstice, and I already told y'all. Nisha is definitely my family in some shape or
the
form.
backup. She the
And
backup, yo.
yeah, and
When
that
nigga
is
need some
like
help, she
the
gonna
most
come through. When Gemini ain't trying to help, she trying to bang on me. Yeah.
right. And Dot
Sakina
is
come
just
through.
such a light because she's such a word, a light of reason, and I love that.
Come on,
But
Dot,
back
yo.
to Dane Calloway,
Thank you.
because
Thank you.
I am
Dane.
not afraid.
She a warrior.
I did put my disclaimer out there for
Wait a minute, yo,
everybody.
Gigi, you don't like me because you ain't
Oh
saying.
damn,
That's
Sister
that
Freedom was
Harlem.
first and foremost.
That's
Come
that. That's that Harlem. That's that Harlem in it.
But what you said about me, because I need to hear it to make me feel good.
Hey,
What you
Freedom,
say?
you're a Bible banger. We don't
Why
shout
you
out
keep
Bible
saying
bangers.
that?
Bible bangers. What's your Bible bangers? No, I mean I still go to church, so y'all
Been
already
arguing
know.
for 10
But
years over that.
so the platforms that I deal with deal specifically with scientific literacy, but we also deal with the advocacy of factual information. We deal with methodology. We deal how they deal on an academic or a college level, literally, if not more. And if people don't believe that, then I can tell you've never been in an academic setting, and you're speaking to people who have. Bobby Banger doesn't necessarily have to have a degree, but what I can stay here and say that people who do have degrees and PhDs at that, and just not one, that we obviously know Dr. Mayat, but others respect him to the fullest. And he is welcome anytime in their classrooms to speak to students. So, people can shout that all day long. It doesn't matter. Some autodidacts get it right, but others get it wrong. That's why you have to learn how to vet your sources. You have to vet information properly. You have to understand what research methodology looks like when it's properly done and when it's not properly done. So, and I've learned that from, dealing with the platforms that I deal with. And I have a college degree from a
I'm
pretty
about to
decent
say you
school.
lying, yo. You learned that shit. You just had to smack it back out you. You was already there.
I
You
was,
just
but
you took the
you just had
wrong
to get
turn.
me back in line.
Took the wrong damn turn, yo. You was already there. Safely
just
fixed
saying,
the day to get your history, yo. Then you made the left at the called the Wild Conscious Community. With
Okay.
Shemaz. What's his
You already
name?
know
What's
I
your
was
favorite
here, though.
person with the fez? I don't even wear the fez no more.
I ain't never see.
That's Robin friend. What's his name? What's his name, yo? Y'all gonna act like you
Tariq
don't know
Bey,
his name.
Taharka.
Nah, Shemaz. No, what's his name? Come
Who?
on, don't
I
play.
don't know you talking
Man,
about.
he be
My
on
friend. Hi,
here.
Marcus.
Sharif Bay,
Oh,
Beer
Kamisha?
Bay.
He be on here with the bush.
Taj Tariq Bay.
Is that the one to be on here?
Yeah, Taj
With the
Tariq Bey.
afro,
Yeah, he got an afro.
And the fez.
that's him.
Bobby. I can't deal with Bobby
him, Mr.
Banger.
Elder? Don't do it.
Don't
He's an
ask him that. Don't ask him no questions.
You talk that same Dan Calloway shit.
Do
You know,
not
Dan,
ask him no questions. I don't know why.
yo, him and Dan Calloway is cousins, yo.
And his name
Right
is
up a bunch of wild shit.
Damn, that's his name.
Okay.
I'm wrong. Hold on.
Wait,
Am I wrong?
Juju,
No,
hold
wait, am I
on.
wrong?
He's on
Let me
time.
ask Juju something because you mentioned what you say, not a coincidence,
I don't
right?
get off that. Am I wrong?
You're right, Bobby. Just tell him he's right. Sister Freedom, just
We're not
tell
gonna
him
talk
he's
about
right.
that man with you.
Quiet.
Really? So y'all gonna talk about Con Calloway because that's the name I gave
Real
him.
quick,
And
yeah.
this other went out the door.
Yeah.
I
won't let
rebuke
the
you in the
people
name
know.
of Jesus Christ.
Don't listen. Don't waste your money if you really ain't got it.
Don't do that.
He's sorry.
That is
Hey,
awful.
Rob. All right, Rob. My fault, Rob. I apologize.
Right.
Brother Lolly. Juju, did you read the book?
That ain't why Brother Lau left. He left because his wife made him get off the damn show. Come on,
Girl.
yo.
I
Oh
had it
my
read.
gosh.
Does it count that I had it read to me? But I have seen the book.
What?
Okay, so wait, Juju. So
The
they
little
said
bit
that
you did read, you didn't like.
Huh?
The little
What'd you
bit
say?
that you did find out, you didn't like very much.
The little bit.
That's why I asked you. I said, did you read the
Wait a
book?
minute.
You didn't under here, man.
So let me start at the top. Sorry I'm taking too long, but I just really got to give y'all the full picture. So Not a Coincidence is the newest platform. He is an excellent researcher. I mean, you could say he's somewhat of an amateur genealogist too. But not only that, he actually has a legacy because he's a descendant of Paul Cuffey. And if you don't know who Paul Cuffey is, you might want to go find out. And that's in his genealogy. That's through DNA, all that. And he's done all those things. He has records and he has the genetics to back everything he says up. But not only that, he's one of the most humble, caring individuals that I know. He has a beautiful family. He's never abrasive. He's never loud spoken. He don't curse a lot. He'll put people straight, but even in that, he real smooth, and all he does is he is about, factual information. He wants us to be on the right side of the game because, there's real stuff happening in real life. And if we're under this indictment of a faulty identity, how are we supposed to move in a manner that's going to benefit or be advantageous to us in the future? That's going to be hard to do. Now, everybody can have their own, personal identities. You can align yourself with every ideological point of view you like, but when it comes to you being someone who is monetized by certain things that you do in the community, and you come across an individual that could be threatening to you, and you decide to go to their platform and threaten them with jail, suing, you better think about your kids, you're not going to see your family type mess, then you're asking for trouble, because now you are doing those things trying to bully because you feel like you have a platform that's untouchable. You feel like your work is beyond critique or approach.
And we're
But
talking about Dane, right?
we're talking about Dane Calloway. I'll say it clear.
Right.
My
What
name
he
is
did
Samantha
to, yeah, what
Zachary.
he did to
I'm
him
only
on the
speaking for
platform.
myself. I'm talking
Yeah.
about I'm talking to you, Mr. Dane Calloway. But you feel like you're beyond reproach or critique. Well, that's not how it works here. That's not how it works in the academic world. And unfortunately, in the platforms I deal with, that's what we do. We critique work. If it's good, it's good. If it's trash, it's garbage. And we're not gonna lie about it, and we ain't gonna sugarcoat anything. But it would be different if it ain't even like the quality of your work. It's the fact that, we buy books. We buy lots of books. We buy them physically, we buy them on Audible, whatever. We buy books. Bobby has hundreds of books. I went through 3 or 4 libraries. This is probably my 5th, but I have lots of books. Sean P has lots of books. Kofi has lots of books. Like, not a coincidence has lots of books. I can name 100 people who have at least 100 or more books that deal with African American history, West African history, whatnot. So we understand what it means to vet a source. We understand what it means to have proper sentence structure and things of that nature. Okay, so don't be mad. Don't be mad. But when you're picking on a channel that has less than 300 subscribers, when you have thousands, that speaks volumes. That means that you're concerned because you recognize, the work in this guy, and it is what it is. Like, it's your
People
work.
are mad
So
about
stand
that,
on it.
Juju.
Huh?
People did not think that was right. So I just heard, that's just what the streets were saying, like, this pushback that Dane is getting, right, is because too, people did not like the way that he came at, not a
Right.
coincidence, because they said he's not a fighter. He's not even a debater for real. He's an
He
educator, a teacher.
he
He's
is.
humble.
And you
Yeah.
know what? I
Wait,
don't
Gemini,
mind.
you know that he came at not a coincidence?
Yes, I was there.
No,
I
I'm
was
asking
there.
Gemini. She knows you knew that
Yeah,
he came.
I heard. Yeah,
I wasn't
yeah.
bringing that
Let
up.
me tell you, because I made sure that everybody knew. If you want to know who tipped everybody off, I did it. I tipped Q-Butter off. I did it. Anybody I could tell, I told. Like, anybody that I knew that we can align with, I told. You feel me? I want the keys to the castle. Give me the keys to HOK. Let's do a presentation on Dane Calloway. I don't care. Like, I don't have nothing to lose.
What are we
I
at?
know I'm well within my rights, but I also know what I advocate.
Someone has an airy sound in the back. Do y'all hear that?
What is that noise?
Like it's
That's
raining
sound
at
in the
somebody's
background
house.
of someone that's unmuted.
Somebody on a subway train.
It's not me.
No, it ain't us, Aunt Mildred. My Aunt Mildred said it ain't us.
That's you, Freedom.
It's on the inside.
That's somebody fan.
Put the AC on there, Sister
They
Freedom.
hot.
It wasn't me. That was you, Don't try it.
Yeah.
Definitely wasn't me.
But yeah,
The
for the
Holy
record,
Ghost. It was the Holy Ghost.
I don't know.
It was the spirit of Ra. Which one y'all gonna do? Sakina, what was it?
It wouldn't be me, but we're not gonna,
It was Juju.
make it your hocus pocus.
Somebody doing the witchcraft.
It's okay.
Hey, Juju. So listen, we gonna act like tore that man up, yo.
What you
That's
talking about?
crazy.
Tore Dan Calloway up, yo.
What? And not a coincidence. You, Sean.
Yeah,
Sutek?
no, y'all. Don't put me in it. Oh, I mean,
Well, you tore him up just here on this show. So
no, I didn't. I told the truth. I'm
That's
saying,
what
hold
I
on.
agree, and I agree with God Killer. At the end of the day, the point
Yeah,
is just buy the book, critique it, but buy it.
You might feel like the
If you don't want to buy it, then don't.
But I
look
think
over
that's
critique it without reading it.
disingenuous.
But
Hey,
don't,
Gigi.
Think
don't.
that
I
people
don't. I haven't
did not
finished.
buy that book.
You can talk
Somebody bought
about it
that
being
book.
disingenuous.
Only give me
After
a
I'm
free
done
PDF
talking.
from
Somebody bought
What
somebody.
I
that
would
book,
say
is
as
what
Oh,
I'm
far as
telling
that
you.
ain't my
it
problem. That
is
somebody want to
that
give me a free book.
yeah, just if someone gives you a free book, then critique it. Have them buy the book. Get a sugar daddy, have him buy it. You can get someone to buy you a book. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying is be for real. Know that people put work into things or whatever. I could only imagine if it was Brother Jabari and people was getting out scanned copies. Oh Lord, he would have been on Sonetta's that same day.
It's not the same thing at
Let
all.
me
Jabari is
explain.
not
They
on
are
people's
scanning
show
Not
my
the
book.
bashing
same
them.
thing.
He
So,
also said burn the book.
so
I
those
gotta
of
give,
us
I gotta
Right.
who
agree
have
with I gotta agree with Dulcinea on this though. And I don't even like pseudos. Not even a little bit. I swear I don't. And I'm definitely on Chris' side, and he was faking y'all out with the court. I'm on Chris' side. I'm on. Trust me, I'm on the right side of history. But you know what I'm saying? If you do take a nigga thing, don't tell him.
That's what I'm
That's
saying.
what I'm saying. God damn, shut the hell up, Rob. Don't do that. That's what I didn't understand, yo. God damn.
Because that was his ego. And your ego get your
Right.
ass in trouble a lot. So sometimes it's the way he went about things
Who you talking
that
about?
made
Dane
it.
Calloway?
No, I'm talking about Chris. Because it's
Oh.
the way he went about it. It's your ego. You know Chris's ego. It's
But
ridiculous sometimes.
I mean, Chris
But
on.
it sounds like Chris
His
said
me
he.
ego
out.
didn't
He
have
cussed me
nothing
out.
to
We
do with the way he
apologize.
went about that.
Every time I open my mouth, what is it? I was talking to.
I
It
don't know,
was.
man.
Man,
You know what,
You know,
though?
we're talking about the
There you go.
consciousness, the conscious community. They do all kind of weird, I mean, just all outrageous stuff to people. So this ain't no different. You can't make no sense out of no sense. What kind of stuff is that? You get burnt every single time. You gotta call, like you said earlier, call an ace a spade, right? You
No,
know,
I'm
they did not like the way, first of all, they did not like the way a lot of that pushback. What I'm seeing is that Dane had, because Dane came off salty to somebody who really they felt like, you know, not that he couldn't defend himself, but he's not used to being in that position, right? So then they was like, oh, okay, well, since Dane want to be that way, it's on and popping. So again,
he got
all
a
is
bit.
fair
Who
in love
ain't
and
used to be
war,
in that
and that's what
position,
happened.
Jordan? Who ain't used to be
But
in that
wait a
position?
minute though. Chris said that all he said was, if you want a book, email me. I'll make sure you get one. I don't see nothing wrong with that.
No, I was talking
I still would
about
have put my email in the chat.
You can look
I
at
was
it any way
talking
you want, several ways.
Oh,
God
so
is
Chris,
trouble.
he's
I was
selling
talking about the
Dang,
monk
me
that's
book.
the way he
That's
was.
not to say he said he can make
Anisha?
sure they find out where to get it. A lot of things could go with
Y'all
that.
is done.
Right.
Y'all is wild
Exactly,
with that,
Sister
man.
Freedom. But what
A
you
lot
said,
of things
Nisha,
go with that.
Nisha, we didn't hear
I
you.
was just speaking on what I wasn't even talking about the other incident about the nautical guy. I don't know nothing about that. So I wasn't speaking on that. What I was talking about was Unc was saying about don't say that you got the shit if you got the shit. That's what I was
Right.
that's what I was talking about. His ego allowed for him to be that way. That's what I was saying.
There you
He
go.
Right,
didn't
get
All
people on the side. Hey, we're
say
gonna have a study group. Go ahead and send me emails for a study group. That's all you had to say.
Okay, so
That's all you
what?
had to say.
though. I mean, y'all could have brought it though.
Okay, but what he did say here, now I don't know what he
We
said.
couldn't have bought nothing.
No,
Stop
wait
saying
a minute.
that.
He didn't say that here though.
God is just funny.
Dulcinea said he said that. So we can't say what he said because we wasn't there.
Right.
Dulcinea said that.
Yeah, and I'll say
Yeah,
it again.
we
I
heard
was
him
there.
say,
He
hold up,
said, send me an email and I'll send you a copy.
Dulcinea.
I'll say it again.
Hold up.
What he said.
Wait a minute, but what I'm telling Gemini is, hold up.
Right.
Okay, but what I'm saying is what we heard him say was he's going to read the book and he's going to critique the book. And that's all we can testify to.
Okay.
Dulcinea said all the rest of that.
That sure did.
Okay,
All the rest of it.
I'm not trying to say yea or nay. What I'm trying to say is even then, what you heard him say was email me and I'll make sure you get whatever.
No, and I'll send you a copy. That's what he said.
So
I have
how
the
do you know he
timestamp and
didn't?
everything.
You didn't
But
say
all
that.
that,
How do you know he didn't mean
yes,
that?
he did. That is a verbatim, but I'm
in
not
bulk
changing it.
and
That's
distribute
a verbatim of what he said. Now he can send you a copy of the book, like Sister Freedom said. He can go buy the book.
Yeah, he said, I'll
and
make
send
sure
you
you
a
get
copy.
a copy
But
of
what
the
I said, what he said, which
Yeah, let me shut
I'm
up.
saying
No,
what he said
make
verbatim
you
is
need
send me an email if you
Well,
want
we
a
didn't
copy of
hear
it,
it.
and I'll send it. But I did, so I'm gonna keep saying it. I did.
You didn't say that verbatim. Now you slandering this man. So
No,
you need
I'm not
to
slandering him.
Well,
I'm
there's
saying it verbatim.
It's
I
borderline
got the
slander, sis.
timestamp
It's
and
borderline.
everything.
You getting there?
I got the timestamp and everything. I can go ahead and play it for y'all if you do it, but I'm not gonna play it to and put it on this or whatever.
we just
Because
had this
then
whole
it'll be
discussion about
Don't bring
more
your little edited
incrimination of
verbiage.
him.
Don't be doing
Can I
that.
ask a question?
I'm asking
Please
you.
a quick question. Why does any of this matter? Yeah, because we're talking about this and we're creating like a problem for no reason. We are on here critiquing and giving our opinion, and however we choose to give our opinions, how we choose to give our opinion. I am not interested in whether or not how Dulcinea said it or what she said. Like, why are we even discussing that? It's almost like what is this about?
Exactly. And I heard it how I heard it, and I'm gonna say it, and it's not slander. So let it go. I'm gonna say it unless you want me to play it on here so you can see that I have it on.
I don't want you to play it.
Play it. Right.
Don't play it. I'm gonna say don't play it. And I'm gonna say the reason why it is creating a problem, but the reason why we are saying something about it was because it was brought up. Nobody could talk about something that
Can we unscramble our minds and play it?
Okay, you know,
This is called unscramble your minds. Can we play it and unscramble the minds?
Yeah, I would like to hear it come to think of it.
You gotta
I
eat
ain't trying to get into it.
And tonight's sponsor is the damn turtle. Sometimes you gotta eat the turtle.
The commercial's fire.
The rabbit, the rabbit always running for the damn finish line, but sometimes the turtle wins the damn race. So I'm gonna eat the turtle.
The turtle win all the time.
That part.
But I'm just trying to tell that's why it matters, because they made it matter, kind of. You know what I'm saying? But the situation was Dustin wanted to talk about copyright infringement, plagiarizing, and all the stuff that go along with that. So that's why, you know, it became a subject.
Oh.
Well, yeah, let's talk about it. Q Butter didn't say anything about his book. Q Butter only pulled up his website on his channel and read through it.
Yeah,
and Dan came over there, hopped on the the panel, not happy, and
y'all understand what's going on? Y'all serious, man? That man got a book, and we doing what we supposed to do. We turn that shit up because that's really what academia do. That's what the science community. So he's just a little. He used to being the bully. He used to being the one.
Yeah, he's being a bully, but you know.
Yeah, but you know, we bully the bully.
We can bully back though. Like
he all right. He's just fighting the way he know how to fight. Yeah, all right.
We're really only talking about because this is what everybody's talking about right now.
His book is selling, so he should be great. We talking about.
Well, and he's also striking shows left and right wherever he feels threatened.
Y'all don't know how to not let the person strike you for that. He can't just do that. Y'all gotta know that.
We ain't saying nothing bad about him. It's
strike
just
Q Butter show. He strike Chris show. He strike NAC show.
Yeah, but you can get it struck though.
Yeah. They are. They're working
easy.
on it. I mean, what is known as people
This
know.
got nothing to do with Dane Calloway.
I'm sorry.
I'm not thinking about Dane Calloway. I don't want nobody going against Dulcinea for nothing she said.
Oh, Dulcinea.
I'm saying allegedly.
Dulcinea, if you got it, then go ahead and show it, because I mean, really.
No,
Well,
don't. I don't want her saying showing it, and I just don't want her saying shit.
Right, but I'm still on with
all of that.
Nisha. Hold on, Nisha said earlier. Nisha said, you know, we knew what it was when MVP showed up and all that too. And I'm saying by the time I'm saying by the title and the topic itself. Okay, well, again, I'm on this slander. Did we bring somebody on here to slander them? Because I'm not exactly convinced that the topic and title was in general. Maybe this topic and title was meant to be some sort of entrapment. I don't know. I'm
No,
just
it's
saying
not.
we
Come
did
on,
not
Mr.
know.
Black,
Some
stop.
of us did not know what MVP was getting ready to say. Did not know Dane Calloway was coming on, and all of it turned out to be what it is. Because some of us are for some people, some of us are for the other person. And so again, this is call it what it is. It's a game. Some people are for Dame, some people are for MVP. Not everybody on here share the same sentiments we feel about MVP and what is going on. So there is a lot going on. And so we're discussing it because there's a lot of stuff that's left unsaid that is actually going on. There's a lot of stuff behind this small conversation. We think it's small, but it's not.
That goes with what Nisha said at all.
No, because what I said, I can clarify. Let me clarify. I can clarify. What I said was, what I'm saying is, when he came up here, I didn't know that he was going to be on the show. I didn't know that Dane was going to be on the show.
Nobody did.
Yeah, that was good for y'all.
Right. But he came up, okay? And he was already 38 hot.
Right.
Already. He didn't come in here pleasant. But when he do come in here, it's only for a reason.
But it says Will Dane.
No, wait a minute. He don't come in here just to chill like Top Cats, right? Top Cats come in, and I don't have nothing against Top Cats, even though I don't agree with none of his stuff. But Top Cat's cool with me. He comes in and he says what he has to say. On it, right, and that's fine. We don't have no problem with that, right? Even though we all don't agree with what his teachings are, and that's fine.
See, and I didn't catch that about MVP, that he didn't come to chill, that he came to just specifically, be rah-rah. I didn't see all that. You maybe saw that, but I didn't see that.
The title was offensive to him.
Chris don't start off rah-rah. He
did. When he came in, you could tell. First of all, I'm not crazy, and I pay attention and I watch.
No, I'm not calling you crazy. I'm saying I just didn't see it quite that way. Yeah,
that's fine, and we're gonna see things differently, and that's okay. But what I saw from the beginning of his energy, first of all, I had to tell him to chill out because of how he was going in that Dulcinea. And telling her with the Morris shit and all of this and all of that. Wait a minute, what you doing? Calm down. This ain't your shit, bro. For real. So it's how you come in somebody's house.
Excuse me.
Okay? He came in the house wrong.
That's right.
That energy was not right. Okay? So he was already on one when he saw the title. It is what it is.
But that's by way of permission, though, right? 3 and 3. That's why I'm saying there was an underlying motive, period, even with the title of this show. So when this is why I'm saying, when we're pointing a finger and pointing blame, it started with MVP.
Right, yeah. But wait a minute.
That's what I'm saying. His energy was warranted.
Yeah.
Right.
If he brought in energy, it was warranted.
First of all, we wasn't talking about Chris at all. So his energy was not warranted.
It was, Nisha, and
that was no. We weren't just talking about Chris. You act like you didn't know that. Not a coincidence. But I was talking about not a coincidence. I was talking about Chris Harris. I was talking about all the people that Dane are coming from, because he's coming from more than one person. Chris Harris. Gemini, you said you had no clue that was happening until Juju brought up that not a coincidence is on the chopping block too. So this title
that's not what I said at all. I said I heard that from the streets. I didn't say I heard that from Juju. I said I wanted Juju to expound on what it is that I had heard. So that's not the truth. I did not say that.
Well, can we be quiet?
That title was for all of them.
I think Chris.
No, I'm saying with the title alone.
Unc and Juju. Hey, Unc and Juju.
What's up?
Sister Freedom. Yo, Unc, it all goes back to this. His book, I got the book. A pseudo always dies at its source. So I will be using your thumbnail tonight. I will be making you the god of the pseudo killers tonight. I will be making a video on this tonight. Not about the sisters, because I don't do that back and forth stuff.
Right.
But a pseudo always dies at its source. And Dane only fighting back the only way he know how. He said not a coincidence was going to hear from his lawyers on Friday by Monday. He's always done this. The bottom line is this. I have a right to be impassionate about our Holocaust as Africans in this country, especially when somebody's selling misinformation. And I feel like that should have been the topic of the show. Why was this book chock full of misinformation? Why doesn't he never want to stand on his information? That's what I'm impassionate about. See, a pseudo dies at his source and he has to try to change the course of action. See, this is a plea. Oh, I'm going to make it about copyright rights. Good luck with that. Point of sale transaction. Nothing you can do.
Right.
There's nothing you can do. We know how he fights back. I want to hear people begin to fight against him and say, yo, why did you say it was 20 females that came to Jamestown, Virginia? Where are the white slaves that got off the boat in this book that you have on the cover of your book? Where are they at? Then he admits in the book that slavery happened. So that goes against the narrative. Then he says in the book that the 20 slaves were females, but then when you go to the primary on there, guess what it says, family? It was men and women. This is crazy, man. Then he says in it, well, African people have Bantu languages without even giving you the location of where the slaves come from. Why were they called Anthony and Isabella and all this other stuff? Well, it clearly tells you in the source that you misused again, that the Jesuits named the slaves. This is what he needs to be coming around talking about. But you know, you want to know what he crying about? They finna read my book. They finna read my book. This ain't got nothing to do with me being turned up on one and trying to make it look like I had my own agenda or nothing like that. Sister Freedom invited me to the show earlier today. And I told her I was at work right now. I told her. So usually I have to come on and then I have to leave and I have to come on and I have to leave. This is crazy. This is about academia. Fact. Not about some, oh, you're on the chopping block. Oh, I'm not. Nothing gonna happen. You know, a lawyer's gonna be like, man, he read your book on YouTube. Who cares if it was scanned?
Right.
You gotta know what copyright infringement is. I'm not selling or producing the book, and YouTube said they're putting the video back up.
Thank you.
Of course they is.
Bottom line. He's not being slandered on my channel. I'm not calling him out his name. I call him Dane that-away or Lane that-away. Get out of here with all that nonsense. I'm not discussing his family or anything. I'm dealing with the academia, and he got the correct nerd on his tail right now. He got the right one. And me and a whole slew of super nerds gonna be digging into this book over the weekend and pulling every source out the book. A pseudo always dies at its source. Praise science, praise historiography, praise American history, praise our ancestor. He going down. Bottom line, and praise evolution.
Where the hell
I'm gone.
So again, he just said who cares if it's again. So Sakina, don't bring it up again. He's saying as far as it, so I'm allowed to say whatever. So just let it go, sis. Let it go.
No, I'm not gonna listen.
No, Sakina. But we're talking about the title. Don't say, oh, Dulcinea or anything. Let's go on about the title. We're only talking about copyright.
And Dulcinea, your information on evolution is incorrect. I just wanted to let you know that. You 500,000 years off. You 500,000 years off on that one, sis.
But did I come to your channel and talk to you about that directly?
I got
exactly.
Hey,
so you invited me and I came.
Dulcinea,
you gave us misinformation.
We talking about what you said.
Shout out and praise. Hold on. Let me say this. And praise the scientific theory. See, nobody say I was turned up on one now. So the whole narrative has to change. I'm not disrespectful to this channel. I do nothing but promote this channel. Just to let the sisters know, I'm the one that helps promote this channel. On my channel, I promote the pseudo killers. I'm a team player.
You ain't cuss me
on
out.
Morning Coffee, you sure do.
No, I ain't cuss you. I ain't cuss you out no more, man. You was right about it. Do the study for yourself. How long we go? Hey, but how long? Hey, how long me and you go back arguing like this though? Google chat. You know what I'm saying? So
I always had you on the winning side, bro. I'm trying to check.
Yeah. I
ain't gonna never leave.
And that's what I agree with Gemini about this, that one of the things are there's a couple of people that they have to stay in their echo chamber, but I'll say that about Chris Harris, about Unc, about Top Cats. They'll pull up on you if you disagree or not. Where other people just have to agree with everyone. And for an unscrambled minds, we definitely don't all have to agree with each other. We don't all agree with each other.
Can I
But
say something?
we
Though?
do
Wait.
have. No, I was saying,
Yeah, I'm
I'm saying to
sorry.
you as far as Unc that you will come to people that don't agree to talk to them. What are you talking about? I was
Oh,
saying
yeah.
we all don't need an echo chamber. So
I
it's
think
one
we
of
got.
those things
You're
that we
right.
all don't need that.
You're right. Let me say something.
And we
about
are gonna have the evolution out of Africa conversation again, Chris.
No, we're not.
Since you bring it up.
Let me say
But
something.
I mean,
I want to talk about what an echo chamber really is. If
Hey, sis, I'm finna turn up out of here. Peace, guys. I gotta
all
go.
right, Chris.
Peace, guys.
All
All
right,
right, peace.
MVP.
You
Thanks for
got it.
A
stopping by again.
pseudo always dies at his source live tonight at 12:45.
I'll
Unc, I'm
be
using your
there.
thumbnail. I got a silly one up for you, brother.
Oh, you
Because
good,
Unc
man.
I know, hey, bro, I'm giving you that. You created that saying. A pseudo dies at his source. Bottom
Wait a
line.
minute. Wait a minute. We also created Source Up or Shut Up.
We
That
got
is
that back. We got that back.
pseudo
Bro.
killing invention. Well, I'm sick and
We
tired
got
of
that
people
back
saying it
though.
to other
We got
people.
that back. We got it all
Our
back. I told you
intellectual
we were gonna
property.
get it back.
I'm gonna say it everywhere I go.
Let me. I would like to say this. There's a couple statements that happen in the conscious community. One, echo chamber, right? And two, thinking outside the box.
oh,
I'm gonna let you know those two things right there is an enemy to scientific literacy. See, you
Right.
think you're supposed to be thinking out. Y'all be so far we be so far off the box that ain't no coming back, and that you can't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be on the same accord at times to build like a strong community, a strong family, and build a strong self. You can't be all over the place. You got to be focused on something, right? So if
We
an
got some
individual is
slogans for
focused,
ourselves.
but if you always outside the box, yo, you scatterbrain, you wow, right? That people say that when they can't get past science. So if we're on the pseudo killers and we're agreeing with evolution, that's not a fucking echo chamber. That means that we're scientifically literate and we have the non-religious biological answer to our organisms on planet Earth are diversified.
that y'all be talking about sound like religion to me.
Robin, that's why I made you fight.
Facts, Sister Freedom. Facts.
Yeah, I had to get you
It's
right.
a belief.
You are
Y'all
our
gonna
own
cut me off.
slogans.
Y'all
We
cut me
got
off.
a few of our own slogans.
Cut me off on purpose.
Let
I'm
him
letting
say
you go,
something.
Robin.
This is one of our slogans.
We did cut him off. Go ahead.
You cut him off. I know
No,
we. It was just you.
It was you.
We French.
You. Right? Nobody will say, Mademoiselle. No, no.
I gotta get you. Hey, Robin, I gotta get you, Robin. Listen.
I had to get back to you. You said something about me earlier.
You did. But everybody, we go back longer than anybody on the panel. You know.
That's
right. You know the
The
French.
king have been getting the blame all night.
Right.
And I had to agree because he took a compliment I gave him to turn it into this BS. I'm kidding.
Well, he did, but he's Juju. He hit me first. That's all.
You're right.
Okay,
You got me.
no
You got
problem.
me. So listen.
So Sanaya, I know you meant every bit of that. You ain't got to just be kidding.
No,
I know
it's
you.
cool.
Listen.
I know Juju will pull up on people too. Talk about I'll pull up on someone. Juju will pull up on you real quick.
I'm gonna finish my statements. Point I'm trying to make here is that you either gonna have a religious response to why life on earth, right, is so diverse but yet unified, or you're gonna have a biological, evolutionary Charles Darwin understanding of it.
Please don't
So choice is yours, right? But don't be banging on nobody's religion if you got a wild religious story and why human beings have diversified. So I just want to let y'all know there's a clear stop sign here, right? Stop sign is stop banging on everybody else's religion when you got a religious idea on why you came to be. That's wild to me. Just stay there, say it's religious, and that's what it is. Simple. And I can live with that. I can live with that. All right. So I'm not expecting everybody to understand the words coming out of my mouth because it took me years to get it. So I ain't tripping. I ain't gonna come over here like superhero, like I understood the shit. I remember arguing with people over the word primate and great ape. I didn't like the way great ape sounded. Apes and great apes. I'm like, you know what I mean? I didn't like it. So I'm understanding where most people is coming from, right? You might be more comfortable with primate. I was at first, right? So it's little tiny steps, right, towards our black greatness, right? Little tiny steps. But we ain't gonna sit up here and make up shit when the competition do you like this. They say we believe in Jesus Christ, and that's it. And they go to work and they go be scientific, do all that shit. With us, we got to do this, we got to get the crystals, we got to go to church all goddamn day long, we got to do all the damn sacrifice, a lamb, a goat, a crystal, the sage in the air. We wasting goddamn time while they just say one thing: we believe in Jesus Christ. They don't even gotta go to church, right? We running around being the most spiritual and the most religious while everybody else is passing us by. Nah, man, we can just say we believe whatever the hell we believe in and keep it moving. Nah, we got to be the Native Americans. We got to be the goddamn Egyptians. We got to make Africa all of Egypt. Wasting goddamn time, right? When we got so much talent on this motherfucker. Most people don't even know that Sister Freedom, right? She had a cable show back when I had a cable show. That's about 15 years ago, shorty. Ain't nobody had no motherfucking cable show but you in Philly, right? No, on real TV, not no fake ass, some real shit, not no YouTubing. They don't know that's a talent to have a show like that and want everybody to want to come on your show. Most people don't even know that about you. I know that about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you do.
All the heavy heaters. That's why you don't say nothing bad about them. They don't fuck with me.
Everybody on the show.
Yeah, ain't none of my friends good. Don't be my friend. Yeah, and James Smalls and got corny. I said it, and that's my man.
Huh?
But he didn't got corny on me, and that's my man. I love him to death, but I gotta say it because he say it right. I supposed to be having a debate. You know what I'm saying? With a wild guy bringing wild information to the community. James Small said, "I'm tell him don't beat me up too bad." What you playing? Don't be playing with me. He sit up there and tell Rizza Islam that he passing him the baton. He the next generation. That's bullshit. Rizza Islam had us out there butt ball necking in the middle of a damn pandemic with some Navy damn beings for protection. That's bullshit. That ain't love. You know what I'm saying? That's not love. You know what I hear people tell me? I'm in the middle of a goddamn debate against white people all day long, right? James Small stand up in the middle of the crowd and bash out on it. I'm like, wow, dude. I'm fighting to make sure people are safe before the fucking pandemic came. So I always get the wild end of it. So y'all wonder why I'm wild, because I'm looking at everybody else like they fucking wild. In the middle of a pandemic, everybody taking Navy beans and some damn vitamins thinking we protected. The hell is going on? See, I really love black people and African people. Matter of fact, I love African people so much that I ain't gonna lie on them. I ain't gonna make up no shit. That's how much I love.
Can I ask a question, please? Are we talking about Professor James Smalls? Is that who you're referencing?
Professor Corny James Smalls.
Oh no, we not. Okay, so that does not reflect my view. Dr. Small, Professor James Small is an elder. He has put in some significant
Go ahead
work.
and put that up.
And he will not get
Go ahead
slandered.
and put the disclaimer up.
Whoa! I didn't slander. Whoa! See,
that's my opinion.
No, you know what slander is, right? Slander is lying on somebody. That's slander.
That's my opinion. Excuse me. That's my opinion. And what it sounds like is that you're a little bit bothered by Professor
why would I be
James Small, because he did not. It sounds like the examples you shared sounds like the issue is because he didn't call you out or didn't pass the baton to you or any kind of way.
No.
I just want to say that Professor James Smalls has put in a lot of time work effort on behalf of. And while it is always very easy for us to look back and want to throw tomatoes and then spite people's name, right? If they're not moving in alignment, that's kind of, you know, I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Thank you.
And you
Can
know,
I
that's my
speak
opinion.
now?
I stand
Can I
on that.
speak
I think
now?
it's very disrespectful.
After this, oop. Okay.
Hold on, can I speak now? First of all, nobody had to pass the fucking baton to me. I took the motherfucker. How about that, nigga? I wasn't waiting on nobody to pass it to me.
I
Let's
don't
get
know
this
who you
straight.
person at.
Everybody get this straight. Nobody passed me shit. I took the shit. Now,
I don't care. No,
now.
I don't care what you
Understand,
took.
I
Don't
wasn't
take
waiting
that.
for no
No.
elder, no older person to give me shit. I came and kicked the goddamn door in and took the shit from them because they couldn't stop me. Now, because none of them was fucking with science and
So
scientific
you
literature.
gotta cuss.
They was on some stupid out shit. Now, so I said it. So he can pass it to whoever the hell he want to pass it to. Rizza Islam had us in the middle of a fucking pandemic on some scamming shit. So if you want to pass the baton to niggas scamming, then you scamming. I don't gotta play this game with y'all. Niggas don't give me shit. I pay niggas to come out. If I get that nigga 2 stacks now, he coming. Now.
Lolita,
Don't play with me.
the disclaimer,
Don't play no
please.
games with me. Hold on. I'm not here to play no games. When I get old, throw me out the fucking movie. Right now, I still got the vigor. And I'm gonna fight you. I can't fight no more. Simple as that. Wasn't nobody giving a damn about science. They thought science was for white people. Last time I checked, they thought Charles Darwin was on some monkey shit. Last time I checked, they thought a fairy was some shit you make up in the middle of the hood some goddamn way. Last time I checked, niggas thought you could eat some vitamins and take a goddamn on aspirin and defeat a fucking virus. That's just 2 years ago. Trust me what I'm saying. So whatever the hell y'all think it is, it ain't that. So no nigga around here gave me shit. I took that, I kicked the door down and took that shit from them because they ain't have nothing on their side that could stop me. Now what? I'm done. Matter of fact,
That's an opinion. No one cares. Like that, that's an opinion.
To your
after you,
personal opinion concerning Dr. Smalls, you know we all love him.
Right, I love that nigga. Oh, that's why I'm saying what I'm saying, because I love that nigga.
I was quiet when you was talking, honey. I'm just saying about our elders who have given us.
Man. Oh, if you got your hat in the ring, you get swung on. We in the ring.
I'm just saying.
Right, keep that shit up. Or be quiet. That's what we do.
Cussing,
whatever, man. Whatever, man. I ain't cussing at him.
I'm talking about one of the sisters.
Well,
you gotta
let him.
I'm not
Let
cussing
her
at
finish, and then Sister Freedom finish first, and then it's gonna be me that's talking next. Sister Freedom.
All I'm saying is, please be sensitive to other people's opinions and feelings, and not only that.
Man, she said I slandered somebody. You know what slander is? That means I lied. I ain't never lied on that man. I love that man too much to lie.
My name is
lie on that man.
Okay, but
that's right, because it was kind of right, because
I feel like I should have got the baton. Look, then she threw the slur. I feel like I should have got the baton. Ain't nobody give me shit.
Right, that was kind of like, wow.
But it's her opinion. Like,
give me nothing. Last time somebody messed with the atheist guy. Remember, I'm the atheist guy. I'm the unbelievable atheist guy. Y'all can't believe that a black person don't believe. I'm that guy, right? Right. Okay.
Well, Sister Freedom,
that's great.
Okay.
Unscrambling your minds with that one. Everybody acting like they don't believe.
You just mad because you didn't pass the
Sister Freedom. I'm gonna talk over everybody for you. If y'all don't be quiet and let Sister Freedom finish what she gotta say, I'm about to mute all of y'all. Okay, Sister Freedom. Thank you.
I'm just saying to my brother, you know, you have to be sensitive to other people's feelings about the elders. You know, through the years now, we've been argued at if we say anything disrespectful concerning the elders, and we just don't want that. You know, I'm not saying you don't have a right. Wait a minute, I'm not saying that you don't have a right to
get out of here, yo,
because it's your opinion. But I'm saying
I don't have no opinion on it, though, shorty. I'm 56, grown ass man, yo.
I finally got out. I've been trying to get that for years.
Come on, shorty. I'm saying, do y'all know what the real elder is, though? Hold on. Do y'all really know what the real elder is, or y'all want to play this game,
but
yo?
I also want to say,
y'all playing weak now.
Any of the females or any of the people, everybody has a right to their opinion. But when you come off with using, I don't
You
like
don't got
that.
a right to lie on me though. What
Vanity
we
ain't
talking
cool.
about?
When you have an issue with somebody, that's
I don't got an issue. I'm saying what the nigga saying.
then you said the MF and all that. Stop saying stuff like that.
Okay, I'm gonna stop that. But first of all, I have
But you
not.
said the MF and all that. You do
Listen, I have not. Right, whatever she said I did to that man name, I never did that.
Okay.
Okay,
I'm just asking you for
the
media.
truth. Don't make me play the video.
Don't do that.
Yeah, because I think we heard something totally different. Because are we gonna gloss over the fact that she said to him first? I think you're just mad because he didn't pass the baton to you, and then when he responds, now everybody jumps on him. I'm not understanding where that came from. That was like, whoa.
I didn't say it in a nasty way. I just said that everybody has their opinions. So
how is that an opinion?
That is an opinion
right,
on
I
him.
think.
Just like
he said something
his
totally
opinion
different.
is
He just brought
Dr.
up
Scott Smalls is a
James
scammer.
Small's name. He just mentioned it, and then she
No,
said,
he
"Well,
said he
I
was a
think
scammer.
you're just
He said
talking
he was
about
a
him
scammer.
not passing the baton." Those are fighting words. I don't know what you're talking
Saying
about.
you're a
When you
scammer is
say,
fighting words.
don't be
Saying
calling
you're a
people,
scammer is fighting words too.
about that
If
later
you keep calling
on.
people scammers, that's a fighting word too. A scammer is gonna get that in return because a scammer is one of those things that people take offense to. So if you call
said
someone a
that
scammer,
second, not
you
first.
know,
He
I
could have
don't
never
care if that was a
even
second or a third. I don't say it can't be good.
You know what? We
You
can
can't
do
say something
Hey,
first
Dulcinea,
and
you
then don't
scamming
expect
too,
to get it
Dulcinea?
back.
Yeah, that's
That's
what I'm
just
saying. People
crazy.
take offense
Scamming
to
you,
that. So
Dulcinea?
what I'm gonna say is
Scamming out
that
intellectual property
saying that
people
we're
between
great
out here,
apes is a
Dulcinea. You know what I'm
belief.
talking about?
It is not something that is proven. It's a belief. You don't have any
You're
way to prove
scamming.
that.
Yeah,
The
you're
only
scamming.
way you have it is through
Scamming.
Linnaeus, and Linnaeus was a racist.
You're
He
scamming.
used to
You
actually go
glossing all
through
over
slavery.
the
He
situation.
is
The
the
situation
father
you're
of black
talking
comedy.
something that was out of
Y'all just
You
can't
know,
be
because
playing.
I'm gonna get my
Oh
point
my.
off. You know, I'm gonna get my point
say
off.
from the
So they
beginning.
got it from
That was
Linnaeus.
nasty
But
from
now
the
y'all just.
beginning.
Hey, we got it from
Oh my
Leonidas.
goodness.
Leonidas is the first one that
Oh
brought in this
man, this is
monkey talk
crazy,
and
man.
this ape talk, and we all know that he was a racist. We know that's where Darwin got it from. There is no actually scientific
But
fact
sister,
that's
you
along
out here
with that.
you slandering that man. You slandering him.
Yeah, I'm slandering Linus, but I'm saying the truth. So let Linus
Girl,
family
you
come
said
at
a
me.
That's your
belief.
opinion, though, sis.
If I'm offended to Linus, y'all are gonna have to go get his family to sue me. So let's go. So Linus is a liar. He's a racist. He said that Homo Africaners are lazy. They can't control their whims. All they're all about is desire. They
Dulcinea.
can't do that's all things that Linus said.
Dulcinea.
That's things that
Dulcinea.
Linus said verbatim. And
Dulcinea.
that's
What
where
I'm
we're
saying to
getting
you,
our
Dulcinea. Listen,
taxonomy again
Dulcinea,
from.
what I'm trying to
I'm
explain.
not done. I'm not done.
You know
Let me
what?
finish first, and then they'll go.
Oh my God, I can't.
No, I'm not done. I just got to finish and say all that BS that he got to say. Y'all are gonna sit and listen to my BS. Linus was a racist, and that's where we got the taxonomy.
Dulcinea, what I'm saying, Dulcinea, please. What I'm saying to you, Dulcinea, is this. They're not coming for you. They're going to come for Unscrambled Minds and a person on the channel.
How can they come for us because of the Linus and me saying about the facts of science? They can come for all of us. It's a fact of what Sister
You
Freedom
say
is
all
saying.
of us. It's an
It's a
opinion.
fact what Sister Freedom is saying when she says diversity cannot be stopped. It is a thing of science. You can't say that science is actually a one and all come from one. It's BS. Diversity is a thing that we know in all other existing species, but we want to say that it doesn't exist and we're primates. Stop it. A lot of us know that we are not related at all to no Australopithecus
What are we
operation.
then?
So you're
We're
gonna
listening.
have to stop. We're humans. We're humans.
What are we,
Related to
yo?
hominids, and hominids have their own evolutionary track.
What
So
are we
yes,
then,
you're gonna
Dulcinea?
have to wait until I'm finished. We know
Oh
that
man, don't
Hopkins has his
entertain this
own
punk,
Oh,
man.
monitoring
nobody
chat.
said you have to wait till we
Bro,
finish. We
it ain't
all
fun.
talk all night long.
So
Stop
yeah,
it.
so
That's
I
just
am
so
saying it.
funny.
I'm
It's
saying
not
it.
funny.
No,
So
listen, when
what
we
I'm
talk about
saying
it, we
is,
law.
no,
It's just the
okay,
end
well,
all
and
be all
everybody
about
else
when
got
we
to
talk.
talk long, so I'm
Crazy.
gonna talk long because I let everybody speak and I didn't say anything. But when I talk, everyone wants to jump in 30 seconds of what I'm saying because y'all know what I'm saying has to do something to the heartstrings or something. But anyways, we know that the
Knock
primate
it
came
off.
from Lioness. Lioness is a racist. He said all these bad things about Africans, and y'all say y'all are Pan-African, yet you go with the racist in
I ain't no
science.
Pan
No
African.
one's
Don't get that
saying that
right, yo.
white people, no one ever said white people cannot be looked to for science. We said stop looking to the racist white people. We love the white scientists that weren't racist, but why you got to go to the ones that were the most racist is what people have been asking. So Unc was lying when he said that we've been talking about don't go to white people. No, we said stop leaving
I
our
didn't
real
even say that.
science for the racist white people. Why would we listen to them once we know that they're racist? We can go and study these things for ourselves, and then we can learn all this for ourselves. And if you want to go with your belief system that says you're a great ape, then you have to take your own advice and stop trying to tear down other people's religions, because that's just as much as a religion as anything else.
Okay, Brother La, did you want to say something? Let's respect him and let him talk. Did you have something you wanted to say, Brother La?
Dulcinea.
Okay.
All I was saying, Dulcinea, is to alleviate any more shots being fired, possibly at the channel. Just be conscious and aware of what you say out your mouth. That's it. That's all I was saying.
Okay, we can respect that. And we will be careful what we may say out of our mouth. Everybody has opinions, but we does have to we do have to watch what you said. We don't want to get in trouble. We really don't. So did you want to say something, Gemini? And we have to stay in order of we're gonna stay loyal to our sisters anyway. But you were gonna say something, Gemini?
I think you're muted because we can't hear you.
And when she's done,
And
I would
and
like to
and
say
throw
something.
low blows.
Yeah, but you could
Right?
tell me that
It
later
was,
on.
I thought you said Gemini got something to say, right?
I thought it was you.
So
You were going to say something about what Brother La said, but I'm not.
right,
We're
no,
not.
I'm saying if we're gonna sit here and be women who take shots and throw low blows, then you gotta be ready to get some of that same energy back. We can't sit here and then think it's okay to let any one of us sit here and just come at a person sideways and then gloss over that and then come behind it with some extra craziness, right? I mean, it's like when we see men, we figure, let's just get them, get them, get them. When what in the world? That's
I don't do that.
those low blows, our blows these days are getting lower and lower and lower, just lower. I don't know. We're at the bar of low,
We're not going
low blows for
to
certain
no.
stuff.
We're not
Because
going to
if it's
show.
personal, I mean, I'm not understanding why we taking such personal low blow shots at people for. I don't understand that.
Okay, Dots, did you have something you wanted to say?
Yes,
Dots?
I do. Yes.
Oh,
Yep. So, let me say that this is what I want to lead with. Okay. So I always lead with good intention. If me mentioning slander offended you, that was not my intent to slander you. I can apologize and own that. That's number one, right? I don't see you as my enemy. You're not my enemy. Never have been, never will be.
Never have been.
I want to stand on that. So if in fact, I did offend you from what I'm hearing. I'm not even going to say if. I can own
No, I
that.
mean,
I
I
apologize.
accept the apology. I appreciate that. That's what
I apologize,
real
right?
women do that.
What
I appreciate that.
Oh, thank you. So to be clear, right? When I was responding and when I said to you, Unc, that it sounds as if You know, you are triggered, or it sounds as if you are upset because he passed the baton to someone else versus you. It was in response to what you were saying regarding Professor James Smalls, right? That's it. That's all. I stand on the fact that he has put in a lot of work in this community on behalf of, and I think that while yes, criticism is always good, we need also to be mindful, right? Because age do matter. Period. Age does matter. That's it. That's all. And that's my opinion.
I agree.
That's my opinion.
Nisha, did you have something you wanted to say, baby? Nish?
Nope. No, I just playing.
That's why I picked it up like a quarter in here.
It is 12:18 on a Wednesday night.
And my blanket up.
It's not that late, but you know, we had little rocky road, but we all right though. We all right. But sometimes it's funny because it seemed a little hypocritical to tell one person they can't say this, but then the other person say this. So I think that we need to be mindful of what comes out of our mouths, and I'm talking about everybody on the panel, so nobody feels excluded. This is a community thought, right?
That's all I was saying. That's all I was saying.
I agree.
But at the same time, you also got to understand that we have our own opinions, period.
Facts.
So, I mean, and we are allowed, we're not going to get in trouble for that, per
Facts.
se. We are allowed to say how we feel. We are allowed to do that. So, I love you, Brother Law, but sometimes you be wrong in stopping stuff from going on. And I understand the dunya is real. I get it, right? I get it. But I get that, Brother Law, and I respect you to the utmost.
Don't leave me, Brother Law, alone.
Sometimes things got to be said. Period. It ain't gonna be sweet and cookies and ice creams all the time. Sometimes you're gonna have a little sugar every period. From time to time.
But sometimes you could put a sprinkle on it, though. You ain't got to always have mud. You could put a little sprinkle on it sometimes. That's what I'm saying. It ain't got to always be drama. It ain't always got to be smoke.
It don't. But you know what? Sometimes as women, and I'm going to say this, right? Sometimes as women, we get triggered by other women and the things that they say because it don't agree in our spirit. It doesn't align with our spirit. So we have to get back on it, say something back to it. For me, all the time, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I can go back and forth for a minute, but I can't keep going on and on. And I ain't always, sometimes if I feel like they getting louder than me, then I fall back because it ain't that serious. It's really not. It's really not that serious. So I just hope that moving forward that we can understand that we're going to have different points of views. We're not going to see everything the same way, and that's okay. But let's just respect each other that's on this panel right now. That's all I had to say. And on to the next.
Sakina, you haven't spoken or whatever. You have anything to say?
I was going to say it.
Wait, no, but it was Sakina. She hasn't spoken, and then I was going to you right after.
Freedom had it, though.
Oh, well, she had said something right before. Like, literally, you had said something.
I said Sakina, and soon
oh, you were about to say Sakina next. I'm sorry. I just beat you to it. Don't be mad at me.
I'm not mad at you. Are you too damn grown? But Sakina,
I'm glad y'all fighting over me. That's what I love.
Oh Lord.
And I love that y'all doing it in front of Bobby Banger and Juju.
Lord have mercy, Claudia.
I'm glad you're doing it in front of my favorite three people, because just like last time Bobby Banger was here, and I kind of got mad when he said it, but I'm glad he's here on our minds with Brother La, my favorite joke. Brother La, me laughing. Oh my goodness. Yes, and Juju, you know, you're the diva of the moment, every hour you come. And so y'all are part of this nut crew with tonight's sponsor. Because Listen,
I knew it was coming. I knew she
yeah,
was coming. So,
might be a little dry, but y'all stay roasted, and I'll be funny. It's be the most exciting nights, and tonight was one of the best nights we have had in a while. Not a spicy night, just a dry roasted night. It was all kind of roasting going on, toasting going on. I mean, Chris had to come back 3, 4, 5 times. He didn't even know
Right.
he came back the last time, but he was
Still looking at it probably.
here. And so that's why not just am I just gonna just come with tonight's sponsor, but it just lets me know that love is in need.
Oh my
Of
goodness.
love today. Everybody join in. Come on.
oh my God.
See, I don't know. I was about to
Because the singing has sweet.
Right
You
when
just started singing. Oh my God.
So,
around.
Okay, Sakina, because Juju going in and all that. Juju.
Come on in.
Okay, come on,
so
Sister
Bobby
Freedom.
Banger.
Go
I'm
ahead
here.
and get your point.
I'm
Wait,
here.
Sister Freedom. Go ahead. Get
It's
in.
my turn, Brother Law.
Are you prepared for Sekou?
What?
You prepared for Sekou?
No, I'm getting ready for him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but
Getting ready for him. Gonna
that
beat
was
the
a good
brakes off
question.
of him. Let me say this. Let me say this, man. Let me make my point here. I don't know how y'all was raised, right? But last time I checked, right? You don't you gotta earn being old don't make you actually an elder. I just want y'all to know the difference, yo. See, elders stay consistent in their message. And when you
It's-
fall the fuck off, the younger people gonna let you know you done fell the hell off.
Yes, they
Simple
do.
as that. So all that, nobody is disrespecting. No, I think at the end of the day, we allow people that we consider to be elders to mistreat our intellectual property between our head. That's not what we don't. The white community don't play that shit. How about that? If you talking academia and science and you fucking it up, they're gonna let you know you messing it up. They don't care how old you is. If you that old, get out the game. But when you put your hat in that ring, yo, guaranteed they gonna respond. They don't say, "Oh, well, you know, Dawkins is too old. Don't say nothing to him." What? See, they use that against you in the conscious community. If you old and James Small is sharp in the head, I don't know what y'all talking about, yo.
We ain't talking about nothing.
If you the only thing that make you old is your damn wild ass message that you promote. That's what make you old. But if you sharp and it's crispy and it's up to par, then it's sharpy and crispy and up to par. We ain't round here boxing, right? We ain't round here running up on elders, punching them in the mouth. No, we're having conversations, right, about matters of science and scientific literacy and history of African Americans and African people. That's what the hell we talking about. So if you wow making up shit, then you done lost it. The hell is going on? Oh, they didn't all did it. Oh, you gotta be respectful. Yeah, just shut the hell up. You being disrespectful to what we doing. What we're supposed to do is educate and raise the level of the next damn generation so they can defend themselves.
Okay.
All right, Sister
challenges that
Freedom
come
was
amongst them.
very quiet. She didn't interrupt at all during that monologue. Thank you so much for your decorum, Sister Freedom. The floor is yours.
Well, I just wanted to say that did anybody see the show that Sonetta had on? Just I'm changing the narrative. The other day, and he was saying how he goes on to white people's channel or he puts stuff in the in the bar, and when it comes up, same stuff that we be talking about, color folk on the white people's channels, they don't get no griff, no strikes, no nothing. They can have conversation, debates, arguments, back and forth, everything that we do, that we act like it's so bad. If you go on the white channels and you put on the same things that we talking about, I think that was such a good thing that Scott was saying, that, and they don't say anything. I don't know if was you there, Brother Live, that day when Scott was saying that.
I saw it.
You there, you didn't hear it.
I think we all did. We were all there that night. I think.
The white people, what white people do the same
the
shit we
same thing,
do.
like say your conversations when you're talking about Darwin or evolution or whatever the situation may be. You could put something in the bar. Like we make things so bad, we be cussing each other out, going on other channels, making stuff, saying bad things about each other's moms and all this kind of weird stuff that we be doing, and they strike us. And you know what I'm saying? They monetize us differently than they do the same conversations on European channels.
And nothing goes on. Yeah.
That
That's
there
a fact.
is really, excuse me, Dulcinea.
I said that's a fact. Keep preaching, Sister Freedom.
I mean, so you know, sometimes people come over to Unscrambled Minds and be like, "Oh, that's a cat fight." They have those same type of issues on European channels as well. Because at the end of the day, yeah, we might need to make and get in a little bit better order. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a lot better order. But nobody is arguing with them on their channels. And I know our channels it's important to us, and we will work on it every day. It's a learning process. And we are, you know, trying to do things differently. But we have to understand that the same thing go on their channels too.
But you know who's saying it?
The same things.
You know who's striking us? You know who's saying it?
People.
Us.
Yeah, our own people. That's why I'm saying our own people.
It's
See, I'm
us.
the person
Our
that
own people are the ones you saying, be careful, don't have your own opinion. Watch
No,
out
let
what
me
you say
finish.
in front of Master. Be careful.
It ain't that. It's us
No,
going.
but it's not even that so much that we can say what we're saying, but what he's saying is right. We
Okay.
do need to be careful because it's our own people that will do us dirty. You know, let me tell you something. Unc teased me about the Bible and all this here kind of stuff, but Judas is real. We see it in the actions of our own people. Betrayal. As soon as they get mad, they're gonna want to do something to us. So I mean, you know, I don't see all this when I look at them other channels. Not that I do a lot of comparing. I'm just saying fact is fact.
I'm confused. What you saying? I thought you were saying something else. White people
Yeah.
act just like
I want to talk after you get done. Robin.
I'm
Y'all
saying
know that.
that.
Y'all
I
didn't know
see
that.
what they do, but our own people will strike us.
White people strike each other, yo. To
I
death.
don't know. Well, maybe I don't pay that
The
much.
highest level. You know, the white people get you at the work. At work, they hit you with the paperwork. You can be cussing.
They strike each other, but the thing is about it is it's fair use. So that what the whole thing is people don't harp on each other about what is fair use on white people's channels. Like this is mild. This is very mild for a YouTuber. We know even other black YouTubers that go in on this stuff and they use stuff for views. They're YouTubers and we're YouTubers and we're like one of the nicest YouTubers on here because we act like we can't act like other YouTubers and talk or do anything. But I agree with you wholeheartedly. There's stuff that's fair use, and they take fair use to the extreme of white people. We just say a little, we come at the wrong person or something, and it's like, oh, what are we saying? Can't we talk about this? Yes, we can talk about this. What are you talking about?
But it's not that. What I'm trying to say.
I listen to.
That's not what I'm saying. What they saying is that this is ghetto, this is that, and I'm
That's
better.
all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
So that's where they going with it. So it's not none of what y'all thinking. Y'all on a whole nother level, and they up above that. See, they want to be classified, and y'all trying to be dignified, and so this is that. Y'all on a whole nother level with this. So when we talk about that, this is where you're talking about excelling. You right? So when you
wait, Sakina, roll that back.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll it all the way.
All the way back.
Please
roll that back.
Let me roll it back for you. Let me
about
roll
classified and dignified.
When we say dignified,
come on.
Okay, well let me go there with you.
Like this.
Roll that back. That was a good point.
Dignified and classified.
Yes.
You're talking about your dignity. You talking about honor. You talking about loyalty, right? This is the way you're trying to hold yourself. This is the way you're trying to carry yourself. When you're trying to be classified, this is how you want others to know you. This is how you want to be seen. This is a whole different spectrum, right? So therefore, this is where you want to be seen for other people to see you, and that's a whole nother thing. Versus your dignity, your dignity and your loyalty is a whole nother reputation. Right. So this is what we talking about. Every girl grows up to be a woman, but all women ain't ladies. Let's get that part.
I'm a lady.
All right.
The classified and dignified.
Okay, hold on. But honorary member want to say something. What you want to say?
Like, first, brother law, like, who gives a damn what a motherfucker got to say?
Can you say that last part again?
I'm not a motherfucker. Strike motherfucker.
Yeah.
The cuss words. Strike that. Who cares what someone else has to say? Okay.
Right. I mean, shit. Your opinion's your opinion.
Damn, I'm saying.
I had a
without
couple of drinks,
cuss
bro.
words.
Leave me alone. Anyways, what I'm saying is, an opinion.
Where the hell they at?
Personal.
That's JB. He never
Where he at?
He on Delsinea on her first.
I mean, you hear me talking about Dulcinea shit, right?
What's going on?
Bobby, I was on too.
Oh, yeah, but anyways, to say
Hold on.
What I will say is this: as far as it, when it comes to it or anything, people are going to have their opinions whatsoever. To say that, oh, someone's going to say something about me because of what I'm saying, it was JB. To say someone's going to say something about me because of what I'm saying.
Who's JB? Who is that?
No, I'm talking. I am talking.
JB is over your house, yo.
How the nigga get out? That's her
I
husband.
am talking. Okay, so what I was saying is, as far as when it comes to this, when we're saying certain things, other people talk about other people. They have opinions, and what I like about when other people have opinions, like Nisha will say to Commission's face that he's boring, and she gonna fall asleep when he talks, and Commission takes it. Tomcast has heard all kinds of stuff to him saying like we don't agree with what he's saying, all this other stuff, and he takes it. But certain people want to be like, oh, watch out what we're saying about them. Watch, they could be more sensitive, and I don't care if you're more sensitive. Why can't y'all be like these younger men who can just take people not agreeing with them and move along? But some people can't take that, so you can't just be like, oh, well, it's about dignity, it's about this, that. No, some people need to stop being so crybaby-ish, man the hell up, because you're going to have to take some opinions when you do not like the opinions that someone else has for you. Just like I take opinions of brother. No, I'm saying as far as we're saying,
that's why I just want to let her speak because I want to find out who he was talking to.
Yeah. He was talking to you because he was saying, who cares what people think about certain things? If they take it wrong, people will have an opinion, right or wrong, about everybody. But the way we are supposed to be like, get on our big girl draws on and be okay and everything, we expect y'all to have your big boy draws on too and stop crying because someone has an opinion about you, especially on YouTube.
All right, Dulcinea. This is what we're gonna do right now because I've always come on everybody's panel. I'm never disrespectful. At the end of the day, I'm not a YouTuber. I don't get no cash apps. I don't do no Zelling and none of that. So right now, what we can do is do this. I can end the conversation with you now and put JB on the phone since he want to talk in the background. I'm not no YouTuber. I'm not about none of that. I'm talking a man that want to talk to another man. I'm a different breed. Put him on the phone.
Oh, I think he's saying put him on the thing right now.
Oh.
That's why he's saying the phone.
Put him on the phone.
Nigga, I was like, you're throwing
No, I don't never disrespect nobody. I'm not with this YouTube.
Tell me who disrespected you.
What did you say to me, brother?
I said, who gives a fuck about a motherfucker's opinion? That's what I said.
He might not even been talking to you, brother love.
All right, I just want to clarify. I apologize for that. I just want to get clarity. That's all.
That's what I said. You heard what I said.
All right, brother. All right, brother.
Did I disrespect
you? I said, okay, brother, I got it.
Disrespect you.
That's why I said, no, I got to understand, brother.
Yeah.
I misheard you. That's all I said. I just got zero tolerance for disrespect.
Sound like
Because I
he
don't
ended up
disrespect
talking about,
anybody.
you know, didn't it? Is it just me? Didn't it sound like he ended up talking about him?
No, he said that he just said who
I
gives
mean, stop being an instigator. Don't do that.
I ain't instigating.
No.
It
That's
sound
why
like
I
he almost.
translated. That's why I translated what was said. He was
Ah,
just
man,
saying to
hey,
Brother
Lau, I
Law
don't know, yo. He
about
ended
what he
up
was
talking
saying
about.
about me watching my mouth, and he was just confirming that I don't have
I
to watch
said
my
it too.
mouth.
I'm saying all of us. I'm saying all of us need to watch what we say.
Everything I say is under fair use.
Okay, whatever. I'm just saying.
Everybody now trying to sell their dignity to be a content creator.
Because
That's
I'm trying
the
to say
issue with you.
Gemini,
You don't have no boundaries ever. because
Gemini, every
you
time I
don't
say something, you
care.
say something. No.
Gemini, where were your boundaries when you was talking to Sanchez?
Okay.
Gemini.
Everybody is not trying to sell their dignity and integrity to be a content creator. That's the difference.
All I'm trying
So
to
when
say
you
is,
sit here, so maybe JB wasn't talking about Lot, but she sure was. That's insane.
okay,
That is
I'm
absolutely insane. So if we're not understanding the difference right about now,
No, he
on
said he was
what
talking
is
to
a
Brother
low
Law.
blow
He
to
was
hit
talking to Brother
below
Law.
the
He was
belt
talking to Brother
for
Lau.
starting
That's
He
what
was
I'm
talking.
saying.
know what is.
I was over. It's all
I literally started with that talking to Brother Law.
I'm ending the show. I am ending this show.
We having fun. We ain't tripping
Proud
out.
of this.
We having
Can I
fun.
say one more thing?
Seriously,
I
I'm
agree, Freedom. Freedom, I agree.
Can
I
I say
agree.
one more thing?
There's
I
no
think we need to
respect.
go.
There's no decorum. Every time I open my mouth, somebody else open their mouth. It just keeps going over and over, and I'm tired of it.
Y'all did a good job tonight, man. Y'all
No
let
more.
everybody
I'm
talk.
not
You did a
having
good
it.
job.
No more. For real.
I think I agree with you.
Respect, right, dots. Respect
Dots.
I
each
agree with
other.
you.
See you the door.
Respect each other.
Quiet, Bobby.
I'm dead serious. I'm
Let
serious.
Sister Freedom finish,
One
please.
person is talking. Let that person talk. It ain't gonna be no more disrespect. Yes, we do need to worry about what we say because of other people. It ain't even got to be about us. It's about other people. It ain't about opinions. It's about some things we shouldn't say out our mouth. But the point is, we have to respect each other. So from now on, we are going to take turns in speaking. When the other person's speaking, nobody speaking. I don't care if it's guests or us on the panel, because it's irritating. So whose turn is it to speak? Because the very next time I'm just going to push the end and that's it.
Threatening people, yo.
My hands up.
Are you threatening people, Miss Goddess? Then hit the
I'm
damn
not.
No, she's not.
You
She's
ain't
not
listening
threatening
to
me,
me. I'm
man.
scaring me. Hit the button. I dare you
about-
hit it. I don't believe it.
Oh, I'm not playing. I'm dead serious. I'm very, very serious. I ain't never dealt with nothing like this. Is ridiculous.
Hit the button then.
I just want to say one last thing.
Hit the button for your ass.
I just want to say one last thing.
Is about to speak. Let her speak on and be quiet because you got a problem with that. Juju, can you go ahead and say what you got?
You don't love me no more, yo.
I love you for many years, but I'm still gonna say to you, we gotta respect each other. We are over 30.
How you
Everybody
feeling,
on this panel is over 30. We should know how to
Bobby,
act.
let me speak my piece before she hit that
Juju ain't
button.
over 30. She 25.
God,
I know.
ladies man cannot be quiet for nothing. Let me put them on mute then or something. Because it's a problem at 50. On mute. Go ahead, Juju.
I'm sorry, man. Bobby is just out of here. My God. Okay. Let me contain myself. I'm sorry. Unc, Bobby Banger, you hell. But what I wanted to say to the audience and to the panel, damn. I placed a few links in the chat earlier. I hope everyone got them to like Not a Coincidence channel, Each One Teach One, MBK. And I forgot to mention them earlier because Rob Bourne and True Storian are probably some of your best, researchers and bearers of information, because nobody wants to be called a teacher. So I won't put that on them when it comes to West African and African American, and I mean detailed history. So when people are asking for where the ships, where the records, names, whatever, besides Not a Coincidence, those are the channels or those are the people you need to seek out because they have the documents, they have the newspaper clippings, and they can also teach you how to go find these documents yourselves. You know, how to look up certain things like manifesto records and whatnot. So yeah, MBK, fire. If you're interested in learning more, if you don't know much and you want to know more about African American history, which we are, then definitely go check out the links that I placed in the chat earlier. Or, you know, when you see me around, just ask me and I'll be happy to direct you to the appropriate areas. And that's all I want to say. But I definitely want to give Rob Bourne, because that's the homie and true historian, their flowers due to their due diligence to the scholarship. Thank you for having me, ladies. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this was hilariously funny. I had fun tonight. You know, like, we're naturally like tumultuous people, but that's because we're passionate. So don't be feeling no way about it. Don't let nobody try to define you. Like, you know that, you know, we know that we're people of respect, and we have character and we know how to act, but you know, we don't always have to be uptight either. And I just think it's great and it was fun and I enjoyed it no matter what. And don't let Bobby Banger get your pressure up, Sister Freedom.
No, I'm just saying, it's not about, it's
I
not,
know.
it
I
really
already
is
know.
about, it's about us and controlling ourselves, because we are
Really?
doing this channel and we have to respect each other. It ain't really
Well,
about
y'all
Uncle.
doing a great
He's just
job.
to push the button and pop his big head down.
But you know what makes the channel great is the fact that you all have such
Job
diverse
today.
perspectives on things. So, you know,
What's
I
up with your
relish
job
in that.
today?
Sometimes it's good to relish in the differences and the things that you bring to the table, rather than trying to make everything, you know, homogenous or whatnot. I mean, you just create, you know, indulge yourself to create harmony amongst that, and you'll be fine. But I love it.
You talking
I
about Robin,
laughed
Juju?
good.
When she's
What?
talking about everybody, stop.
Tell her,
Because
tell
What you
tell
said,
Robin the
Bobby?
truth. Tell her she got a little
I want
slight
to
suit
ask just
on her.
one
Just tell her.
question before
I
you move,
I love
please.
you, Robin, and I did
I
not mean to leave you out because you've always like vouched for me. You always big me up. You always put my name out there in the lights, and I do appreciate that because, you know, I'm not the type, you know,
because
looking
I
for
was
that,
hurt. I
going
just
around
want to
looking for that.
crying
I
tonight.
do what I do, and I'm fine with where I'm at. I mean, you know, I have an entity. It's called Black Ground Noise, and it's that for a reason. I've had that entity for some years now because of the work I do, but that's what I like to do. I'm Black and I like to be in the background. So that's all good for me, you know. But I appreciate that, Robin, and much love to you, Sister Freedom. Freedom.
Hold on 1 minute, Juju. I'm going to ask you one question before you leave. You
Yes.
don't have to answer it now, but if you could come back and
Yes.
answer it. I know you know about this Liberty Bill, right?
Okay.
Okay. So I want to know about this
No.
harness, this top of it, right? You know this
Yeah,
is a
yeah.
slave harness, right? Do
I
you know
never
this
knew
is
that
a
actually.
all right? This is a slave harness, the ones that they used to carry on their shoulders.
That I know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
And now
So
that you
this
say it,
Oh man.
exactly. So this is a slave harness that they actually put on top of their necks and carried around their necks and whatnot. So I want you to find out why is this on top of the Liberty Bill?
Cause it
okay.
hold the bell, yo.
Well, why is it on top of the Liberty Bill though?
Jesus
Right?
Christ.
Why is it on top of the Liberty
Because
Bill?
this is what they use to hold the bell
No,
so you can ring
that
it.
ain't why it's on top of the Liberty Bill.
It is,
The
yo.
Liberty Bill, no, it's got
That's
to be
kind of
different.
oxymoronic, right? You got a
Come
slave
on,
harness on a quote unquote
come
Liberty
on,
Bell.
Liberty Bill.
You
Come on, it
saying right now,
might be more to it than that.
Right.
He's asking Juju. And I want to ask you,
Because the words are French. It only rang twice before it cracked. The words is in French. It's actually two different Liberty Bills, right?
That's pretty hot.
It's deeper than that, right?
That's
really,
pretty
yo.
dope. You definitely finna have me on the case.
Thank you very much. I love you for that.
Do you look? Do you
What
put
case you gonna get
African
on with that,
Americans
Juju?
as
What
new
case
beings?
you possibly get on
Do
the
you
piece
see
of
us
wood to
as
hold the
new
bell?
beings?
What you say?
What
Do you
case
see
you
us
gonna get on
as,
with that?
because we are mixed with a lot of things, and
Right,
because
right.
we are here, and we've been here for many, many, many years? Do you see us as new beings? Not
New
Nubians,
being.
new beings, because you know
Isn't it
we
new? Why
don't.
do you
Mean
think,
like
Robin?
our what, like kind of creolized heritage as African Americans? Is that what you mean?
I'm saying, do you see us? Because you know we could be mixed with a whole bunch of little stuff through slavery and everything,
Okay,
and plus we
so
don't look exactly like, you know, our bone structure and things of
right,
that
right,
nature.
right, right.
I've been here for
So
many, 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 many years. I know they it's cute to call us African Americans, but what I'm saying is, do you see us as new beings, new kind of new hybrids, new people, a new different?
okay, so
Because we look so much stuff.
I've been told I look like everything under the sun. Like I gotta have native blood. I look Haitian, which that one I really love though. But you know, I mean, what can I say? That you know, Africa possesses the most you know, genetic diversity in the world, and that's, you know, I'll keep going to science to explain it, but that's why you find so many diverse looking, beautiful black, mahogany, bronze, copper people, whatever you want to call yourself, over in these parts. From my ideological perspective, we are a creolized m- ethnic group, and it's not exactly the same as a continental African. It's
No,
something that's
they
different.
don't see us as, yeah, as the
I'm
same.
sorry.
I don't think
Which,
they even see us as the same, but I was just wondering if you saw us as different. Because you
um,
can't possibly see us the same as Africans. You don't see us
we're
the same
not
as,
continental Africans, so no, I can't see us exactly the same. But I also have Gullah Geechee roots, which, you know, by that we've retained a lot of our culture, and that comes from different West African tribes, all amalgamated. So, you know, again, how did True Story and Rob Bourne used to say something like, "We are new, new Atlantic creolized African Americans," is what they used to say. And I mean, I get that. Think about it, especially when you're talking about, well, for those who subscribe to us, um, coming here by way of the African Holocaust, that makes a lot of sense. So, but that's what I subscribe to, so I have to speak on that in that perspective.
yeah.
Okay, but let me leave a piece
I
of.
was just in, I just came home from Jamaica, is why I said it, and everybody in Jamaica knew I was American.
But
Everybody.
see,
Before I even
I
opened my mouth. I mean,
I
they
don't
don't even look like us either. I mean, they have a distinct look about themselves
yes
too.
and no
And
because
they
I
knew I
get
was
it.
American.
But I've gotten it from Caribbean people, Haitian people, that I look like them all the time. And they would ask me, like, where you from? But also, I was raised in Miami. And at times when I was around them, you know, my accent was a little different because I was around it all the time and I grew up with it. So, and if you look at the name, especially like Dulcinea and Yolanda, like, those are like Caribbean Latin names. You get what I'm saying? Afro Caribbean Latin names. And you can find people in those parts who have those names. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of people would think that I was Caribbean. I would get that all the time. So it just depends. You get what I'm saying? But I was also raised around it, so you know, I know how to mesh in too. You understand? And it wasn't hard. But I wanted to leave this bit of. I'm gonna give y'all some new creolized African American history. So I want people to put a one in the chat if they can swim. If you
Okay.
can swim, please put a one in the chat. Ladies, how many on the panel can swim?
I can't.
I can.
3. Gemini, Dulcinea.
Oh yeah, I said I can.
Okay, okay.
Can you
What?
swim, Gemini? Can you
She
swim?
ain't say jack, but I'm gonna press my sis. Okay, that's good. So you
Dots,
know
wait,
how
Dots, can you swim? Dots. She
Yeah,
might
that's
so.
she went scuba diving and snorkeling
so
and
hot.
stuff. Yeah,
Yep, that's what I'm talking
that's
about. So there's always been like this kind of misconception that black
I'm
people.
sorry, my apologies, y'all. Yes.
Can
Can
you
I
swim?
swim?
Didn't you say you went scuba diving or something?
Yes. But I
That's
went scuba
awesome.
diving with a dang on noodle and a life jacket. And plus I had my family in the ocean too. But yeah, I didn't grow up learning how to swim.
And I'm from Atlantic City, born and raised. I can't swim a bit.
Nine. First, I want to say "Sac passe tu napa como ye." She said her grandmother was Haitian Dominican, definitely.
What? What?
Napa. That's Creole. Go on about your business, Bobby. But so for those of you who think that Black people can't swim, we were actually known to be some of the best top swimmers and divers in the known world during like the
Oh, man.
1700s.
African Americans can't swim, yo.
You gonna let me finish? I can swim. I've been swimming since 10 months. So
Man.
I mean, you'll go out there and
How
drown.
long?
I got
How
this.
long?
Since I was 10 months old. Yeah.
Might in the water at 10 months.
Yeah, because see where I'm from is a beachfront community, a lot of comfortable, rich white people. And they usually have daycares that have pools in the backyards, and part of the curriculum is teach the children how to swim. Plus, in Miami and places in Florida, you have lots of bodies of water everywhere. One of the number one causes for like toddler and young children deaths is drowning, right? So I've always been from an advocate of that, of teaching our children how to swim. But if you want to give your child a nugget so they have something to grasp onto, you all can Google is Jacques Francis, because we as West Africans were sought out by all kinds of people for salvage diving or whatnot because we were considered some of the best swimmers in the world. So that, my ladies and gentlemen, is a little bit of, African American, African history for you.
Brother Locke, can you swim? Where's Brother Locke?
Yes, I can.
I know that's right. I need somebody to save me. So, I can't
So I
swim.
just do have to clear up some misinformation. I'm clear on everything she said other than Dulcinea. Dulcinea is actually Moorish, and it's not even a lie. Dulcinea is Moorish, a Moorish name.
I'm the doggy paddle.
What?
Dulcinea is a Moorish name. It comes out of a book by Miguel Cervantes that is said to be a Moorish slave or a slave to the Moors, and it's called Don Quixote. And then they made a musical based on that, Man de la Mancha. And
Okay, y'all, she just said that her name was Moorish, but the author and what she said is clearly Spanish, right? I know
Fine.
it
You can
was
say
bad.
Spanish or Moorish. It's not Haitian.
You
or
said
nothing.
your name means slave to the Moors.
No. I was saying the author Miguel Cervantes. He was they say he was enslaved to the Moors, and the Moors taught him everything, and that's how he wrote that book, Don Quixote. That's what.
Yeah, this is Spanish name, sis. I mean, they may be Moorish identity, but Dulcinea is definitely a Spanish name.
It's a pretty name, though.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it
I
is.
call her Dulce de Leche.
What's your middle name, Dulcinea?
I never got one. My name was.
Oh yeah, you did tell me that.
Juju, listen, I had
got
summer
the
camp every single year. I cannot swim because I just can't swim. I've had so many. Besides summer camp, I've had personal training swimming, and I just can't swim. That's just all that is. It's like a person who just can't dance.
What you mean you can't swim?
Did somebody push you in the water? Like,
Put
what
that
is
cap on your head, yo, and dive in.
I just can't swim. I can do a whole lot of stuff, but I just can't swim.
You can float. Women can
My
float.
kids can swim just fine, but I cannot swim for
go.
nothing. For nothing.
All you gotta do is lay on your back and float. You're gonna float.
Oh my gosh. And I absolutely too hate the water. But as a kid growing up, I went to summer camp every year, almost 10 years in a row. And every year they teach you to swim. I was still the only kid in shallow water because I could not swim. I couldn't kick, splat. I mean, it was horrible. And I've had
I almost drowned
outside training several times. I cannot swim.
Hey, God, she's
swimming courses.
She's gonna teach you, so you need to get with her. Okay, I need
What
you
you
to swim.
I can't believe she can't swim. That's crazy.
I cannot. And I've had trainers.
I can't swim either. What are you talking about?
Swimming since I was 9 months old. Shit.
He always gotta one up somebody.
You was 10 months old. Fuck it. Ain't nobody checking the stories. 6 months old.
Yeah,
You
I'm
that's
see how
true.
petty that was? Yeah,
Sachi,
you heard
come
that.
on the panel.
I want to swim. Inshallah. I wanna
These are
swim.
the people you need to go hard at, not us.
cool.
Oh,
I'm going
Don't be
hard at all the
starting
pseudos. I don't play with
yeah.
pseudos.
Don't be starting
It's
nothing,
Sachi.
Dulcinea. No,
Play
we
with
in the
pseudos.
If you don't
listen,
know this man,
we're pseudo thinking you swim on. God,
we are in the
Huh?
peaceful abyss right now. Let's stay
The
there.
hell
Let's
with the
he
bitch.
get
just
the
comes
water
to
with you.
spice things up a little bit. That's
Okay?
all. He's
How
our
they say
he's
the hell with
our
that bitch.
resident spice
panel tonight. You
meter.
did come on and you did. You know, I'm glad you came on tonight. Hey, Miss Graham. Hey, Nepal. I put it in, but I'm just gonna holler y'all out anyway.
I know. Mika number one.
Make it on there.
Hey, boo. Hey, boo.
All right, sister. Yay!
Sonny.
Getting all our shout outs. Hey,
And
y'all.
you know what? Certified
People
society.
feel
I
better.
get up on hospital for what time I get home? 6 o'clock.
Setting light and love certified.
For the last past 5 days.
Who just got out of surgery? I'm sorry, Sache. I hope you're feeling better.
Me too.
Right.
Right.
He said, I know Monkey Man. Come on now.
He said,
That's
what?
not.
Y'all think I'm worried? You know what? To be beautiful African people, how can y'all deny the connection to the other plants and animals?
African American. Please add the American part on.
African American, how can y'all deny? Right?
Nobody denied it though.
Well, how can y'all? Yeah. You cut me off. You just gave a whole
Monkey
schmeal
man.
about not cutting people off. A whole grand. I'm gonna hit the button next time somebody cuts somebody off. And as soon as I get told you cut me off, that's why I didn't believe you in the first
Sorry.
place. That's why I didn't believe you. I knew you
I'm
was
sorry. Me too.
Get
I'm
her,
not sure.
get her.
I'm making a point
I'm gonna
here.
play on your phone, but you can go
How
ahead.
can African American, right,
Love you.
come from some of the oldest people on planet Earth, deny the interconnectedness biologically, socially, with all the rest of the plants and animals. Y'all claim to be so goddamn spiritual, but deny your connection with the other biological organisms. How the hell you think you can eat a fish? How the hell you think you can eat a goddamn plant? How you think you can do that? You can do that because you composed of some of the same shit it's composed of. That's why you
Do
can eat
gorillas
some fish
eat
and
fish?
eat some beans.
Do gorillas
nope.
eat fish?
I'm talking Dulcinea.
Oh, okay. I just got confused. I
Yeah,
didn't think
I'm gonna
they
get
eat
you
fish.
Dulcinea, because
What?
Dulcinea,
Pause.
this the difference
Pause.
between what I'm talking about and
Pause.
what you talking about. What you talking about is right. You ain't gave us an answer from where the hell wildlife on Earth is so diversified. You talking crazy. The day you sit down here
Yes,
and
I
show us
did.
how you think human beings came into being, you ain't did that yet,
Yes,
Dulcinea.
I
You
did.
gonna
Yes,
take
I
us back
did.
to
I
the hold
talked
on,
about the
Dulcinea.
Pangea and stuff.
Relax, Dulcinea. You ain't been able to do that yet. Matter of fact, none of y'all anti-evolution people. Y'all gonna take us back to the Bible because somewhere,
Ain't
right?
nobody saying about no.
Biologically speaking, y'all, I have yet to hear y'all make some damn sense at all about any. I'm attack Charles Darwin. How you doing that? I'm gonna do this. The only reason you can eat some fish or some mango, a piece of fruit, right, or some vegetables is because we come from the same damn thing. That's why you can eat it for energy. That's why. No other reason. If it was foreign, made somewhere else on planet Mars, some goddamn way, it would kill you if you ate it. So I'm done with this whole conversation. You stop eating then. If you think you're not
Well,
biologically
stop.
connected
Well,
to the rest of life of the organisms on Earth. Stop eating it then.
well, stop lying on me, though. I have said this. You can say that you don't believe it. You can say it's
You
pseudo, which
said
I
what,
respect
sweetheart?
that. But
Said
I've
what?
been said that we come from a hominin line that existed in Pangea. Our common ancestor was human, and they existed during Pangea, Gaia, whatever you want to call the one Earth. What book that you want to read about it is One World, One America, the Tartanians, and the Mauritanians,
Okay.
and that is about it being one Earth, and that's
Hey,
where our
hold on.
diversity has come
Sweetheart.
from. So
Sweetheart.
I have said this, and you
Sweetheart.
can see forbidden archaeology as well to
Sweetheart.
get more of what I've
Sweetheart.
always said. Now, people
Sweetheart.
say those sources are pseudo,
No,
but
no,
don't say
no,
I
no, no,
haven't
no.
said them, because I
Don't
say
say
them
that.
over and over and over and over.
Dulcinea,
No,
Dulcinea.
don't dive in. Don't dive in. Don't do
No,
it. She
that
done.
I'm talking
She
about
did
that
it enough.
sound. The sound. Did y'all hear that sound?
Sound is
Oh, I
coming through.
muted myself. I think it's someone else, but I'll mute everybody again. But go ahead,
I'm trying to make a point
I don't
here.
know who that is.
It take everybody listening to this show. It take everybody 1 second to look up Pangera. It take you 1 second to do that, right? You can look it up on any major university site, right? There aren't any hominids at 200 or 350 million years ago. Simple as that. I don't know what you talking about. That's Dulcinea. Go pull that source right now. Let's just get this over with. Go pull that source right now. That 350 million years, Pangera had hominids on it. And then you want to use the term hominids and humans and then deny the scientific process that developed those ideas. It be the most wildest thing to me. Go get that source, Dulcinea, because I can pull a source right now to prove, right, a scientific source that there aren't any hominids. Why would you use that word? Like humans and it's no way. Like you be doing it on purpose, Dulcinea. You actually do this stuff on purpose. Go get the source, Dulcinea.
Well, while she's looking for it, who's the gentleman that just came in?
That's
Another pseudo.
Madon. Peace,
Pseudo.
Madon.
Great pseudo.
Thank you for coming up.
Come on, don't do that, please.
I'm doing it. You know it.
What's his name?
Pseudo.
It's Madon. Madon,
Pseudo
can you hear
Maya.
us? We can't hear
Madon,
you.
don't even feed into that, Madon.
Me
How you
either.
doing?
Start talking pseudo. Watch.
How you doing, Madon? Are you on mute?
No, he's not on mute. I think your sound is not working, because if you can hear us, we can't hear you. Just go back out and come in again, unless there's a mic button on your computer. Okay, yeah, you can do that too. Press that mic button. Sometimes that works.
So did you find this source, Sosie? Because he's in a sense challenged too.
She ain't find no source for that. Ain't no source. She's gonna give you something wild. Some wild white person wrote.
That's all he's gonna say, but that's why I said the One World Tartanians.
The One World what?
The One World Tartanians by James W.
You do that too. It's cold in here.
And I gave him Forbidden Archaeology.
Nah, we ain't doing it. What's the why they got a title?
Michael Cramo. Michael Cramo has been told us this.
Who?
Michael Cramo.
The racist?
Michael
He's a racist,
Cramo.
though. He's
no,
a
he's
racist.
not.
Yes, he
So
is.
he's a racist, but
Yeah,
Lioness
he's a
is not.
He's a racist.
What makes him a racist?
Because I said it. That's the way y'all do it. Y'all just start
Okay,
calling
so
niggas racist.
that's not how that works. So now we're gonna pull it up. That's why I'll give you.
So you be eating dinner with this white man. You know he not racist. How you know?
All I'm saying is you can have proof that other people are racist that y'all want to go with, but there's no proof that this man is racist.
Let me tell you this though. You do realize in science it don't matter if a person is a racist or not. Yeah, I just want y'all to know that. I want y'all to get that.
And I'm gonna come up with sources that
why
show
you think
that.
No, I want to ask. Hold on, I want to go around the panel.
Source the Michael Cramo, but in the meantime,
Dulcinea, hold on for a minute.
Here we go.
Don't involve me in that. Don't involve me in that because I don't want to get involved in nothing.
Let me go ahead and scroll down to that where he said
Dulcinea,
African
I want you to know
nigger.
it don't matter if a person's a racist or not. That's why we got science. Because I don't know what a person do when they go home. It don't matter if you're homosexual, lesbian, gay, and a scientist. None of that actually matters in science. I just want you to know that because you promote it like it's a checkmate piece or something. Right? It don't matter if you call me a
I'm just saying
nigga.
I have
None of
I
that
don't
don't
just
matter.
use it on a whim. I don't just call anybody a racist. So that's
But
why I just try to say that you're conflating that, which is
no, but
cool.
I'm
I
saying,
get
but
why you conflate it because it
it don't
sounds good.
matter.
But if I'm bringing it up, I'm not saying it just out
Okay,
of my
we
butt.
reading the screen.
saying
Did
it
you
for
read
a
the
reason.
screen? He said African Niger. He's saying black Africans. What are you saying here?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You can't read that? Why do y'all let her do that?
I don't
I be
know.
thinking y'all be doing that on purpose sometimes. Y'all let that lady do
We have,
herself like
you know
this.
what? We have selective name
Yeah,
calling
did
in this
y'all
group
read that?
sometimes. We do.
That's
We
horrible.
do. We say don't put on. We tell people don't
Put it
put on
back
your
up
big
there.
girl
I dare
panties,
you, Dulcinea, to put that back up there. I dare you.
and then
Put that back.
say the white man is not a racist. I don't know. We just say it. We just sometimes we just say stuff. That's how we
Okay,
do.
let's change the narrative a little bit, Madon.
Is
Please.
that what we gonna
Cause I
do?
don't,
You gonna
yeah,
take
I
this
don't,
off the
I'm about
screen?
to say that,
She
man.
said,
Crazy.
Linnaeus
Yeah,
called us
can you hear
niggas.
me?
She put the screen up there. She
Unbelievable.
called us black Africans. And y'all ain't gonna make her take that back?
What? I
She
didn't.
said sorry. She was wrong. So what else more you
No,
want
I
her to
didn't
say?
say sorry. I was
You didn't
wrong.
say
I'm
no
not
sorry.
wrong. He did not say African Niger,
It's
as
right
in
there. You just
Niger.
showed it.
We know that Niger or Nigeria didn't even exist at the time of this
Are you
man. Stop
serious right
it.
now? Y'all
Stop
gonna let
it.
her do that.
And look,
I don't respect y'all no more.
black,
I'm done. I don't
lazy,
respect this.
swollen
Let's
lips.
straight
I don't
then.
That
respect
is
this.
all things that he said about the
Man,
Afrikaners.
put it back
All
up
things
there.
that he
Put it
said
back up
about the
there.
Afrikaners.
Shut the
Scroll
record
down,
straight.
yo.
So now I don't want you
Scroll
to say
down.
anything when you say someone's
Scroll
lazy
down.
or nothing
Scroll
like
down,
that.
yo. Why you ain't scrolling down, yo? It's right there.
Because I'm
African is
showing
black.
you lazy.
Man,
I'm
you're
showing you
wild
the
with that, yo. We can
characteristics he
read.
said for Africans.
I
And
bet you won't
y'all
scroll
can go
down no
ahead and
more if
take
you
those
don't talk me
African
out. Yeah, I know.
characteristics
I
since
know.
he wasn't racist.
Yeah, all right. Yo, roll it down though, yo. It say Africanus Niger, yo. Well, how's that racist? He say black African. How's that racist, yo? You made it. You misread it. Thought he's called us African niggas. That's what you said out your mouth. Don't make me clip you. You play
You
too
can
much.
clip me. I don't care. Clip
You
me.
said that, did you not say you called it? He called it
Yeah,
African
he
niggas.
did not mean that in a, oh, it's black Africans.
The
No,
word
that's not what he meant. That's not
Niger
what he
means
said.
black. What is
That's
wrong?
not what he said.
You just showed it.
Was that dictionary wrote according to what year?
Oh my God, man. Did y'all see that lady put that right there on my tripping?
You saw it. We
Right,
all
so
saw
why
it.
is we letting her get away with that? She just was wrong just then. Y'all let her run off wrong all the time. We don't even
I
do
don't
that
know
on our
enough
show.
about him to say anything against him or
I'm gonna
for
blame
him.
Lyle. Hey, brother Lyle, I'm gonna blame you right now, bro. You gonna let that
Nah. I
do
was
that.
just saying the words like, what happened? I mean, I'm not beefing with nobody, but where JB at
Brother
now?
Lyle, she said that Linnaeus
Where
is
JB at now?
JB right here. JB right here,
Okay,
babe.
where
What
you
do you
at,
got to
JP?
say? What do you
JP,
got
you
to
gonna let her
say?
get away with that, JP?
Yeah.
Oop, oop, oop. What
Yeah,
now?
happy home. I get it, y'all.
What
Happy home.
now?
I don't think happy home.
I told you, nigga, did I not say? What the fuck are your words about somebody else got to say?
What you say? What you say, yo?
I said, why are you worried about what somebody else got the fuck to say?
Why you cussing though, brother? I ain't gonna
That's
cuss.
my
See,
fucking
nigga,
mouth,
you
bro.
about to get cussed out, but I'ma chill because
Oh
Cuss
my
me out
gosh.
then. No
I
Okay,
problem.
respect
Freedom.
those
Come
in
on.
there.
Okay, so
Fine.
y'all called him
I'm
out,
not
so I
cussing
just had to
you.
go.
Cuss
As
me
far
out
as it,
then.
okay, that's
Time to
cool. I'm
go.
holding it back.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
playing.
holding it
Yeah,
back.
I'm playing. Hey, yo, I'm playing with you. Relax. Yo, I ain't gonna do that. I understand your protection. I ain't
Yes, no.
I ain't cussing
I'm playing. Yo,
nobody.
seriously, I'm
Cuss me out,
playing,
bro.
yo. I'm playing, bro. Seriously, I'm joking.
Yeah, but is that her husband again coming in
Yeah,
defending
I'm
her
Oh,
when we're just
it
having a
is. They
conversation?
called him for him. They
Yeah, I brought
called
him
him
in.
out. They kept asking for him. Both him and Brother Law asked
No,
for
no,
him.
just
So
now. I
don't
said you
even.
gonna let it. I was
Ask for
playing.
him.
I was
Yes,
joking.
he did. Yes, he did. He just asked for him. Where JB now? Right
I
here.
said, where JB at? I said, he gonna let it get away
Right
with that
here.
JB. JB said, yeah. Then I said, happy home. He ain't supposed to go against his wife.
Right here.
I
I hope
did.
y'all realize this is not cool. That's not cool when JB comes in and talks on the
Well, then tell him not to ask for him, Gemini.
And-
Tell
and-
that
and
to Brother Law. Tell that to tell him never to ask for JB
No,
again.
we telling that
Go
to
ahead,
you
no,
because
don't
that's
go
your
ahead and tell him
husband.
no. No, then
That's
tell
your
him don't ask for him.
sanity.
Don't ask for him. If they don't ask for him, if they come, if they say come here, he gonna come. He go
The show
bark.
was
They
nice
sent for him.
tonight.
I never
They
even
sent for him.
The show was
Sister
okay.
Freedom,
I gotta go.
Unc, Sister Freedom, Sister Freedom, Unc.
What?
I'm just gonna say this. I didn't even know who JB was.
Right.
Yeah, he just attacked you though. We all admitted that he jumped on your
okay, y'all. It's
Well,
just
don't ask for him no more.
Oh,
He didn't attack anybody. He came in because you asked for him. Don't ask
No, he
for him
didn't
no
ask for
more.
him. No, Lyle didn't
You
actually
said,
ask
where
for
is
him.
he now? Don't ask that. Don't ask
What
where
I'm
is he now.
No,
Don't
Lyle
ask.
didn't. Yo.
Watch out. Don't ask you no more, and he won't come in.
No, he didn't
Plain
ask.
and
I'm the one asked. No, JB.
Yeah, and I said don't ask for him.
No,
Period.
brother,
Don't
Lyle
ask
didn't
for
ask
him.
for him.
I'm talking to you, Unc. Don't ask for him then.
No, I'm not mad. No, I
Oh.
did call you right, but I'm saying,
Oh.
but Lyle didn't. That's all I was saying.
What I'm saying, Uncle, is this,
JB
man.
linked on Lyle.
This is
And
the
he jumped
internet,
on
man. This is
Okay, wait a
YouTube.
minute.
This is the internet, man. Like,
Somebody else
this
on
is
the
crazy, man.
We got somebody
It's
else on
beyond
the
crazy. It's wild.
Hey, Dulcinea, don't run, no Dulcinea. I seen what you did. You
I'm
said
right
that man
here.
said African nigga, and it said Africanus niger. You did that. You did that, Shorty, and then you hid the source from everybody because you know we had you. See?
No, you
Sneak
can
it.
go
Put it
ahead
back.
and look it up. That's
Put
why
it
I
back
brought up the characteristics that he gave for that
No, he didn't. He said black
Africanus
African.
Niger.
Right. That don't mean black nigga. It mean black African, yo. I say
No, it
black African
doesn't.
power, yo. It do.
Africanus means the black African. No, it doesn't.
Is y'all gonna let that? Oh, you play too much. I got you. I'm gonna have to do it. I hate to do it. I'm gonna have to do it. I had to do it. Yeah, I got you. I'm gonna let you ride right now. You're on home court. You deserve to win. See what you said, and you put the wrong thing up. And you always do that dose in there. You can't even fight right. You kill yourself. Pangea with some
Well,
hominy.
if you wouldn't feel some harsh about it, if it was me killing myself, you just let it go.
I'm not letting that go because you did that.
Exactly, because you know he was racist. Because you know he was racist.
Okay,
and
show
you
us.
try to hide it. I already
don't know.
showed you, but you can say that you were lazy and all this other stuff because you're African, because you want to go along with it. I'm
African. I'm African American, yo. I care more about
also,
American
the
than
African
African.
side of you is still lazy, though.
I'm
Okay.
lazy for what? This me, yo. You wouldn't even, this me you talking to. I'm the guy, remember? I'm the atheist guy to teach Charles Darwin. That's me, not you. You coming in to combat this shit. This shit been on par for the last 200 years, yo. What you talking about? You ain't getting past that. Come on, yo. You know that? You just having fun. Yeah, ain't nobody told you. I'm letting you know you wrong as 3 left feet. You run around with 3 left feet. Tripping over yourself. Calling ass. My man come on, you ain't even read the word calling ass. You don't know what the man said. Come on, yo, stop it.
I know he said they're lazy. I know he said they can't control their whims.
Yeah, you made that up. You don't even know what you're talking about. You have fun.
No, didn't. Yeah. That's straight up from him.
Yeah, but the point you're trying to make will get people who are average, below average in thinking skills. But those who are scientific literate already know that you can be as racist, you can be a Muslim, you can be a Christian, you can be Jewish, you can be an atheist, you can be LBG community, you can be the Adolf Hitler type of dude.
And
when you start crunching them numbers, hold on, you can be racist, but when you start crunching them numbers, science gonna pull it out of you. So it don't matter what you are. It's about the work you put in that everybody else can verify. So if you're a racist and you put that shit in your scientific work, it's gonna come out. Boop, 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 boop. So it don't even matter what type of individual. You can be a wild individual. You can be a lying ass, cheating individual and try to fudge numbers, and you hand that shit into the rest of the world. They're gonna say, "Oh, he made that shit up." Why? Because he's a racist. It's gonna tell a story. That's what it is. And the fact that people don't understand that, it's not my fault that y'all don't understand science. I've been saying the same thing for the last 15 years. Yeah, like the screen saying, I'm the silly guy. See, I've always been the silly guy. I've always been the wrong guy. But none of y'all can get a job off half the shit y'all talking about. None of y'all can send y'all kids to a school off the shit y'all talking about. None of y'all can do that. Yeah, that's why your kids look at you and say, I don't know about that. I don't know. The kids are sharp. So all right, Dulcinea, we're gonna keep fighting the fight, and I'm gonna keep one hand behind my back, with one eye closed. Cause it's easy dosing there. You make you know what you did the other day? I never forget it. You pulled up one of the best sources ever, yo. I'll be like, look at you, shorty. Juju know what that source is too, Juju. Hey Juju, where you at? Don't fall asleep on
Yeah,
me.
the one
Juju.
that y'all don't understand, that the
Juju, where you
incontrollable
at?
fact
Juju.
is that
Wake up,
evolutionary
Juju.
cells
Juju, go
and
get the source.
organisms
We're gonna read
evolve
it
over
again. We're
time.
gonna read it
But
again.
y'all don't understand that Charles Darwinism is
We're gonna
not an
read it again.
incontrovertible fact. That
We're gonna read
Charles
it again. We're gonna
Darwinism
read it
is a
again.
theory.
You know what?
It's a theory, and you can
I'm
look
no
it up
longer
right
arguing.
now, and it
It is
says
now.
Charles
Let's
Darwinism is a theory.
Don't argue. Hold on.
start a read thing. It's
No.
1:17.
No.
So
Hold
we're
on.
gonna wait a minute. I'm trying to say something real quick. We're
Yeah, I'm
gonna
gonna do this.
make 5 more minutes and we're done because
Yeah, we were gonna
Well, let Madon, let
Thank you,
Madon
Sister
come in
Freedom.
too.
I'm with you. Agreed.
Hold on for a minute. Hold on. That's all I want to do.
Stay on after the fact.
Hey,
We're gonna use 5 more minutes.
Sister
I'm gonna
Freedom.
let answer and close out.
No.
with
I
Let
want to do
Madon.
something. I want to do
Madon
a
is
thought
up here,
experiment.
Sister Freedom. Madon is right there. He hasn't spoken. Let
Hold on.
Madon
I want to
talk
do.
before
I want to
it
do a
goes.
thought experiment right now.
Y'all good, be y'all
I
good,
kinda-
man. Y'all
hold
be
on.
good. Peace and blessings, man. Enjoy the rest of
No.
your
Where you
night,
at?
man.
Hey, brother Loud.
Yeah.
I need you right now, brother Loud.
We need to learn when to
Yeah.
just listen and like just respect. We're saying, I mean, what are we doing? If one of us is saying shut it down, shut it down.
Let
I'm saying that. She said she's gonna give me a second.
Yes,
I wanted to do.
We're allowed to
Oh,
close
Lord
out. I'm
Jesus
sorry,
Christ.
Madon. I'm sorry, honey. Can you please? Can you
Peace, yo. Peace,
No,
peace.
listen, brother Loud, don't you do it.
out?
We can end this whole wild conversation with this one source right here. We can all end it.
Not putting up no sources. We just want you to close out because we
Oh,
need.
I want y'all to look at this. The same thing Dulcinea put up. I want to make sure I haven't lost my mind. I want to see where is our reading comprehension at. This will get it all out the way now. If y'all want to drag this shit on and do straight into the goddamn summertime, if we can get it over with right now, because I'm asking you, Robin, I'm asking you, Juju, I'm asking you, brother Lau, I'm asking Dot, I'm asking all of y'all. Come on, yo. Don't do me like this, yo. This is the home.
Is this your closeout?
Yeah, this is my closeout. Look at my closeout. This is Dulcinea. Dulcinea is my best friend. She bought one of the best. So go ahead, put it up there so we can look at it.
I don't even see
Dot. You see that, right? Y'all
Wait a
see it loud and clear. Look. Hey, Juju, where you at? Juju, where's you at?
Is that it?
I'm right here.
Juju, hold on. Listen.
We're out of here in 5 minutes. So let them say.
Listen, y'all can all see it, right? Juju, can you see this?
Yep, I can see
We
it.
got a keyword right here, right? Now listen.
That's our favorite word.
Now hold on. Everybody is watching this right now. I want to know, do y'all understand what this means? This means what though, Juju? What does this word mean, Juju?
Irrefutable.
Okay, and irrefutable. So if we read this, I want to make sure I'm not crazy. It says scientific understanding requires both facts and theories that can explain those facts. Y'all see that, right? It say in a coherent manner. So everybody agree. Does everybody agree with this?
Yeah. Make sure this closes. You said,
Brother Loud, do you agree with this, brother
one
Loud?
more time, read it one more time, please.
Scientific understanding requires both facts and theories that can explain those facts in a coherent manner.
Okay.
Yo, you kept me on the phone for this, man.
Huh?
You
kept me on the phone for that.
Yeah, because I want to make sure I'm not missing it, brother Loud.
You're not listening, man. It's a fact, man.
This is on closeout.
Come on.
And you said that
I agree with this sentence.
You said that facts, that what it is, say it one more time.
Scientific understanding requires both facts and theories.
That's right there. Right there is what I want you to get at right there. It requires facts and theories.
Yes.
Not that a theory is a fact.
No, I'm not saying that. Nope.
No, he just asked for her understanding, so let her explain. Let her explain. Don't ask her a question and don't let her explain it. Let her explain, and then you can go after
And that's
that.
why I told you, Unc, I didn't want to get on. That's why I said I got to go, man. I'm out of here.
Yep.
Bobby just finished
Okay, so what were you saying,
Go
Sister Freedom? Wait, what were you saying, Sister Freedom?
It says that science requires facts and theories, not facts of, and not
You gotta
theories.
finish reading the whole sentence, though, Dosen. I mean, come on, yo. Now we acting crazy. It's the whole sentence, man. This is what's wrong with us. Now we want to cut sentences in half.
Just read it. That's all you gotta do.
So, do you understand what this is sentence? The whole sentence
I
is saying.
understand exactly what that said.
What
I'm
is
just
it saying?
sure you understood what be coming out your mouth.
What is it saying?
It says science requires facts and theories. That's what I heard.
So you're gonna stop right? Okay, let me go to the next.
You gotta keep reading it.
Are facts.
Nah, nope. Hey, Dot, where you at, Miss Dot? Where you at, Miss Dot? Come on, I need your help, Miss Dot.
And theories that can explain the
Hold
facts.
on. Okay.
Listen, and theories that can explain
Robin,
the facts.
I heard you,
Not
sweetheart.
that the theories are facts.
I know. Okay.
You need
gave your
facts.
explanation of it. That's fair.
Explain.
That's
the
fair.
facts.
That's fair. Miss
Mhm.
Dot.
But
do you
usually
understand
what you
that
say
first
is
sentence right there,
the
Miss Dot?
theories are facts.
Come on,
We
Robin.
usually
You
say
made
that.
your point. I'm
Okay.
not arguing with you. I'm moving to the next person now. I want to see what everybody get out the first sentence. Miss Dot, what you get out this first sentence?
That in order to understand science, right, a person would need facts, and they also would need theories in order to explain what it is that they're trying to figure out. That's what I got.
And it's a in a coherent. You know what the word coherent is, though, right?
Yeah, in a clear manner.
Clear manner. A Miss Raw, Sakina Raw. Where do you get out this first sentence? You're absolutely on par with that. So we're not crazy. Okay, Miss Dot.
They need both facts and theories to come up with this conclusion.
A coherent, though, not just any conclusion. Coherent, right?
Coherent conclusion, correct.
Okay, a Nisha, where you at? Because you the super fighter. Is you gone, or where you at? She tapped out.
No, Niche there. She just ain't saying nothing.
Now, how you know? I don't think she would just not say nothing.
She's right there. I can see her.
Not right there. She on mute. Right. You know what she doing.
She might have walked away for a second.
Juju.
I'm here.
What is that first sentence saying to you? I just want to make sure that I ain't tripping.
Scientific understanding. So how we understand science requires both facts and theories.
There you go.
That are clearly explaining. But see, I read differently because I guess I understand differently.
It's the first sentence.
Yeah.
That's all we talking. We ain't talking about nothing else.
Yeah, coherent, clearly. Like,
all right. Hey, my yacht, where you at?
I said 5 minutes. You going
I ain't over 5 minutes yet, yo. I'm not over 5. I got the clock going. Where you at, my yacht? Mandan, where you at?
like 2 more
Come
minutes.
on, Kemet. Where you at, Kemet?
Madon had to drop off.
All right. So now we got through the first sentence. Dulcinea, what does the first sentence mean to you?
What it says, that scientific understanding requires both facts and theories to explain it in a coherent manner.
Thank
so
you.
It means that it needs both the facts and theories so you can get a coherent explanation.
All right. So the only person think a little bit different is Robin. That's cool, Robin, because we're on the panel.
How was that different? How was it
different?
Did you stop? You wouldn't read the whole sentence.
Wait a minute, Dulcinea, did you hear me say anything different?
Yeah.
She didn't say anything different. She said exactly what I just said. That it
No, she
requires
didn't.
both
Stop
facts
it
and
right here.
You manipulating that.
And this is where the next sentence is going to clear.
All right, here we go. Okay.
Her explanation. Exactly.
Okay, here we go. Now we're on the next sentence. The next sentence is right there. The next sentence says,
going back to this weird
evolution. Hold on, relax, Robin.
He
Just
normally
relax.
tells us a fact that a theory is a fact.
No, relax. No, I'm not. We read the next
That's what
sentence.
you normally say to us.
No,
Well,
right now we trying to make sure that
We always told you that.
Hey, Sister Freedom, let him finish because he about to kill himself
Freedom.
on his own sword of what you're talking about right now. Because they
Sister
don't
Freedom.
understand this sentence. So let
Listen,
them
hold
go through
on.
it.
Y'all just understand it to mean something different. He's trying to break it down, but he can't break it down because
You keep talking.
Well, that's why I'm saying let him go. Let him go.
Hold on, you didn't give your understanding of that first sentence. Jamal, where you at?
Jamal, who's that?
Gamal. Come on, man.
Goddess.
Jamal.
Call her goddess. Damn.
Come on, Gemini. Yo, stop. She know how she spell her shit. Wow, stop it. Come on, y'all. Gemini, what's your understanding of that first sentence?
The same thing Dot said. You and Juju said.
Okay, now
both theory. You need both theories and facts in a coherent manner.
Right, got you. So now I want to start with you with evolution. In this context, is both a fact and a theory.
Correct.
All right.
Now, do you get that? I'm talking to you, Gemini.
Yes.
Read that. Read that second.
I can't see it on my screen. I'm sorry.
The fact and the theory explains the fact.
You say evolution in this context. What context? The context is talking about scientific understanding requires both facts and theories. That's that context, and can explain those facts in a coherent manner, right? Juju, what does that next sentence mean to you?
Oh my God, it is past 5 minutes.
Come on, why you running away from the? Why you running away from the gift? Why you running away from the gift? We going each person here. We want to make sure.
No, come on, you gotta be respectful of time. She wanted to close down the show respectfully, and you keep asking. Come on,
the same old question that you keep in a fact.
I'm not doing. I'm saying that theory. There's no way. Hold on. I'm saying there's no way.
Before instead of going to Juju, hold on. Let what we could do to help this out is Sister Freedom. Okay, I will read the whole thing to you.
We don't want to read the whole thing. We want to go one sentence.
No, let her explain it because we're trying to close out. We're trying to close out. So
I'm gone. Nope, I'm done.
Let's go to the whole thing, and then you tell us what you get from it. So evolution.
So
we can have a part 2 later. That's why I'm saying. That's why I'm saying. Well, let Sister Freedom get her explanation of what she gets from this. Evolution.
No, we gotta go one sentence at a time.
We don't.
No, we don't. No, we
if
don't.
we don't go one sentence at a time, I'm not going to do it then.
Then I'm going to do it, and you can exit out. Evolution in this context is both a fact and a theory. What do you get by?
I'm saying the fact is its own entity, and the theory is what explains the fact. Period.
Okay.
Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. That's all. The theory's explaining the fact. The fact is its own entity, and then you need the theory to explain the fact.
Okay, so I think does anyone disagree with what Sister Freedom just said?
Yes.
Y'all want me to say the word coherent?
We're gonna end on a good note and sending light and love to everyone. Sweet dreams and beautiful nightmares.
Oh, not nightmares.
Thank you.
The theory doesn't always prove that fact. That's why they have to test it.
That's right. I know that's right. That's why I said the fact and the theory is two different entities.
Exactly.
One is trying to guess and explain it and trying to figure it out and all this here kind of stuff. And the fact is just what it is. It's a fact that we exist. Now, how we exist, we trying to figure that out. That's when the theory comes in. I don't see why it's so hard to understand.
I don't get it either. But then what that sentence says is the facts of evolution is things adapt, change over time. Organisms adapt and change and mutate over time. That is the incontrovertible fact. So you are absolutely correct, Sister Freedom. It says that evolution has both fact and theory, and the fact of evolution is that organisms change, mutate, and adapt over time.
But some of those facts, some of those theories can produce facts, because otherwise they wouldn't be able to solve crimes, and they wouldn't be able to solve this and that, and then y'all wouldn't be able to run around with your DNA saying this and that. So
tonight we are done. We're done tonight. We're done.
That ain't cool. How's you running around with your DNA saying that's a fact, but then you run around and then say one thing? That's not, you can't ride the fence like that. So I'm done. Either you believe in your DNA or you don't. Science
Well,
can't.
well, no one. I don't think people. That's not true because you can
That's a
believe in your
scientific
DNA,
fact.
but I don't think anyone denied
We
DNA.
can
So
have
you
this
can't
conversation
say-
tomorrow.
Yeah, I was just saying you can't say that someone that believes in DNA has to believe all that evolution is a fact because that statement just said
I'm just
evolution
saying
is a
that's
fact and theory.
science, though. So I'm
Everybody,
taking
we're
offense
going
to
to
of
continue
it.
this
DNA and
conversation
evolution is
behind the
business.
scenes. We're glad that everybody came in tonight in the chat. You know, so we'll talk to y'all Friday. You know how we do. So, you know, we'll see y'all Friday. Thank y'all for even coming. We will, if y'all want to talk about this with Uncle again, Friday, we'll pull his boo-boo over here and do it again. But tonight we are done. I am tired. So good
Peace.
night, everybody.
Thanks,
Peace.
everybody, for coming.